And there was also one that happened just
Chris.
20 minutes south of my work, and all it did was fuck up a tree.
Right. My
Hi, Krez.
Going on.
my stepmother is from the Philippines, and she would just tell us stories all the time about how they'd have to redo their roofs and everything like every other year or so.
Yeah, that's kind of commonplace out here too.
I'm gonna go refill my water. I'll be back.
Quote unquote water. Got it. Just playing. I did get some new dice.
Oh yeah.
I bought this thing. I'm gonna post it in Abyss chat. I bought this thing on Amazon called Mystery Dice. You just kind of get whatever you get, and I got what I got.
You just bought one mystery set?
Yeah, it's just a set of 7, like a full set of dice.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I only bought one because it was like $10. I didn't really feel like spending that much yet.
Not knowing what was going to be.
Yeah, because I mean, like I was already buying like $100 worth of stuff. I didn't want to just keep adding.
Right.
I went tubing this year or this weekend for the first time.
Really, for the
We
first
went
time?
down. Yeah, we went down this river, and I had it in my head that like, oh, the water will be really high, and I'll just sit in my tube and drink soda all day. No, there was like 12 times where it was like, oh, cool, the water's just high enough for it to rub my butt. I'm gonna get up and walk. Yeah, it was, for the most part, it was pretty fun. I'm just super burnt, and the weirdest thing is like my back's fine, my neck's fine, my stomach even got a little burnt, but my knees are the worst part of me that are burnt right now.
Are you always a pants wearer or what?
Yes, I am like,
Get some
I
pasty.
take off, I put on shorts and I blind people.
Nice.
And yeah, I got out and everybody else is like, oh my god, Nick, you're so burnt. You almost look native. And I'm like, yeah, wait till it tans. Ooh, I'm gonna look good then. But until then, I look like I am in pain.
I think I had my legs also burnt a couple years ago from doing the same. My wife and I have been doing river run every year, tradition since we've been married. I think we missed 1 year.
What's that? Is that like just like a 5K or something?
No, it's just floating the river.
I think ours was called like Rock and Row.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. There's a employee at the end that he kind of pissed off my lady because we were walking to this back section of where we took off from to kind of wash off from the lake or the river because it's a little bit algae ridden. And he just looks at us both and without skipping a beat just says, "Show me your butthole."
What?
Yeah, I was just like, what the? I just ignored it because I'm used to dumb people saying dumb things to me. But she thought it was like some kind of code, was like, is that some kind of like crime lingo? And I'm like, no, he's just being dumb. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
Like, I was already grumpy from having to get up every like 5 minutes after that. There was these 2 girls in the river that were like, they should not have been there. They were too drunk. Like, one of them was laying down in a low spot, and the other one was like just barely crawling. And I'm like, oh my god, somebody come get these people.
I don't know. I remember when I was younger getting drunk and trashed and stuff like that, but I don't know. Looking back, I just don't see what I saw in getting that absolutely smashed.
Yeah, I agree with you. I used to be a pretty big party goer, but now I'm just, this is a waste of money. Plus, I feel like crap the next day. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 of you. I know that Tim will not be joining us. I actually have not seen him on Facebook for a very long time, so I'm kind of worried.
Didn't you guys say that Tim went to jail?
He was dealing with legal stuff. Essentially, he like the way that I understood it, he like lost consciousness at the wheel and
man.
crashed his car and stuff.
Poor fella.
And then they finally deemed it his fault. I don't understand all of it. I just know that he has a lot of fines to pay. I don't know if he's doing jail time. I hope he's not. But I don't know how Canada does their laws and stuff with that kind of thing.
Yeah. Was it a drinking and driving thing, or?
He claims that it was because he was working so much. He claimed that he was just so fatigued
Exhausted.
and tired that he fell
Sure.
asleep.
Yeah.
Plus, the way he was making it sound, from where he was working to where he was living, was like a 2-hour drive there and back. Just there.
That sucks.
I mean, that's the choices you make.
Yeah.
But it does suck. I'm not gonna lie and say it doesn't.
I had a job that was almost an hour away, and the only good thing about that job was getting to see the sunrises in the morning on the highway and sunsets on the way back. It was pretty nice. But I didn't like anything of that job. I definitely didn't want to stay more than like a year.
When I was just starting out in my 20s, I had a construction job. It was essentially show up here in the morning and drive here, and then that's your day, and you show up there the next day. There were some days where I was driving maybe 2.5 hours in between job sites. It just got so monotonous and wear and tear on my car that I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Just the money wasn't even worth it.
That job that I did was Office Furniture Services of America. We installed offices and cubicles and everything.
I did that one time
All over
for
the
a friend
place.
that has his own company. I'll never do it again.
It's a big job. It's like a giant sized Lego that you get to fiddle fart around with all day. Around
Yeah, I hate
office
it because you
people.
get like the clip. I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but I just remember there was a clip system that pissed me off to no end.
Yeah, and there's a lot of those clip systems, and you have to learn multiple kinds,
Uh,
and it's not fun.
I don't want to learn. I got a job to make money, not learn.
Yeah.
It's
But
funny how life
everybody I
does
worked
that.
with was like a chain smoker, so whenever we'd be sitting there going over our daily stuff in the morning, everybody's just like chain smoking in the whole room. The office is just full of smoke.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, and that was right after they
Ooh.
initially did that law where you couldn't smoke like in a car or in a building like that.
Whoa.
And they just like, we're just gonna keep doing it. If you don't like
I
it, you
think
can go
it's
sit outside.
I think it's crazy because just south of me, maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours, you can go to a restaurant, sit down, or like when you get in, they'll just ask you, "Do you want smoking or non-smoking?" And still, every time it throws me off because I'm like, that's not supposed to be a thing.
Yeah, in Oregon, you can go to the casinos and still smoke there. My mother-in-law, we used to go to the casinos once in a blue moon, and that was like her favorite thing to do is just go and play some penny machines and smoke cigarettes inside of a building.
Ugh.
Yeah, they don't. Casinos don't want you to go outside and smoke. You're not
Yeah.
spending money if you're outside.
That's true.
See, that's where they're missing out. Have a little balcony, put slot machines out there, winning.
I don't think they can do that.
Yeah, I think legally they can't, but it's an idea.
They could
How-
do is they could do kind of like how Luxor's like that pyramid, right?
Yeah,
What they could do is build like the first 2 floors, right? And have like the outside edge be like one of those like canopies that can lift up to oxygenate out.
yes.
So it's like you could smoke on the outside perimeter because you're still outside, but not inside. It'd still give them to do something, but I mean, missing a lot of people.
Right.
Let me go see if I gotta throw cold water on. Ooh.
Let's say if anybody throw it, like family or not, don't throw water on me while I'm sleeping. Just riz me as much as you can later.
Any word from Jose at all?
Nope. I'm gonna message him right now. Well, Meg's on. She could be on Wi-Fi at work still, though. I don't know what she's doing.
He's got to be home by now.
Yeah, I would think
It
so.
was 9:36 a.m. my time when she messaged that.
So you're on the West Coast then, huh?
Yeah, I'm in Oregon.
Yeah, I guess I think we've had this talk that I have some family out there. I just don't remember exactly where. I want to say they're close to Portland, but I don't know if I'm right.
Yeah, there's a lot of sprawling districts and neighborhoods like Beaverton and Tigard and stuff, kind of all a part of Portland, but not.
Is it anything like the TV show Portlandia?
Portland's a weird place. That's obviously more of a spoof, but you will definitely find some crazy ass people in Portland. I've lived there twice, and I've banned myself from driving there for an entire year once. I don't know. It's a love-hate relationship.
I get it. I feel the same way about Des Moines sometimes because, like, it's a nice place and everything. It's a nice city, but God, there are some fucking weird things and people that go on here.
Yeah.
How was your week, Krez?
I just had to go wake up Julian. My week was been alright. Enjoying the day. Ready for a nap.
I just went and saw the Deadpool movie today. That was good. That was pretty funny.
It's on my list of things to watch.
Like, not to give any spoilers, I will say though, I like the first two better.
Don't say anything. I will
I'll
leave Discord and
I'll
not come
be
back.
quiet. I'll be quiet. Like, I don't want to ruin movies for people. I hate it when people do that for me.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Here he is.
Oh, this is strange. Well, I'm only getting half the screen. Let me orb out and come back in again. Oh, wait a minute. I can't because. Okay. Oh well. Okay. Turn the thing upside down. Hold on. I'll be right back.
You have a map for today?
I do. I also just thought of something earlier, or just then when he said orb out, I was like, oh god, that lady from the TV show Charmed, she did just die recently, didn't she?
Shannon
Okay,
Doherty?
Yeah.
All right. Now it's correct. For some reason, I was only showing half my screen. For some reason, on my.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Wow, we got this nice
Discord,
generic
not my
map,
phone.
too.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man.
I'm
How about you?
burnt.
You're burnt?
Hung out in
I
the sun too
went
much.
tubing this weekend, and apparently my knees got the most sun out of all my body. So yeah, it feels like I'm wearing two hot coals on my knees. It's awesome.
I would tell you to stay off your knees, but that would be in the wrong concept of that right now.
I was gonna say my girlfriend beat you to it there.
Yeah, okay. You had to pay extra for them extra tubes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was I doing? I remember now.
We lost 2 kittens this afternoon.
2 kittens? That's terrible.
Yeah, I forget the name of it. It's a cat,
H-
basically cat AIDS.
Yeah, it's
It's
Oh,
HPV-1. Yeah, right. It runs rampant around this neighborhood, right? And my strays. I got a couple of strays out there, right? They was freaking giving birth, right? Well, I was able to grab 2 of the kittens, right, because they were completely blind, right? And I got them so I can clean up their eyes. I got to do it a couple of times, and I was gonna release them today, right? Well, they both died simultaneously together, right? The weirdest thing, right? So I take the bodies out, right? I go back and I find the other 2 kittens. One I thought was already dead, right? And that one's actually still alive, right? And the other one's eye is bulging out. They always lose one eyeball from this disease. Right? The eyeball actually grows
That's
big and
terrible.
explodes and falls out. Right? Well,
ow.
yeah. Well, I
What
was
is this
able to.
called?
It's HPV-1, I think it's called. Right? It's basically cat AIDS or herpes, is whatever they refer it to.
I think it's
Right?
like
And what they do is what it does is causes kind of like this film to build up in their eyeballs, right? And it messes up with their breathing, their nasal passages. They can't smell as good, so they go blind, right? Not from the eyeballs being stuck together, right? And then they starve to death because they can't find food.
yeah, it's
Right.
FIV.
Yeah. So
Fuck.
I cleared off the eyes of the other 2. He's gonna lose an eyeball, but I left them back where they were. I'm not taking them inside the house. My fiance was heartbroken that those 2 died. Right.
That
I
is
got
kind
too
of
many damn
sad.
cats. Yeah. I actually have like 8 indoor cats, uh, 6 outdoor cats, and 1 dog. And I tell you what, Georgia weather. Oh my God! For heartworms, hookworms, right? Those mosquitoes laying eggs in the water bowls, right? Right? It's like and then disease. Cats and dogs have it rough over here. So do livestock. Like, there's so many ways to get sick.
No good. Huh. Well, I haven't heard anything from Meg yet.
Oh,
Hopefully they're all right with all the storms going on. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm guessing Lucian is still sleeping.
He was getting up and getting moving. Should be in Discord in a moment. Unless he like sat up, looked up, and fell back asleep sitting up.
Hey, I've done that.
that sounds like CQ, right? When you wake up the other guy for fire duty, he sits right up, right? And you're like, okay, you're good. You go to bed, right? And the whole ship, there's no damn freaking security, right? Drill sergeant wakes up, comes down the hallway. What the hell is a freaking CQ?
Right.
Poor guy's still sitting up with his asleep.
I did that at work. I was supposed to sit and wait for this slab of concrete to dry. And I got to sitting there waiting. I was only supposed to wait like 20 minutes, and then I could go home. I ended up falling asleep, taking a 25, 30-minute nap. I woke up, and I was like, oh, no, hopefully it's good, or this is bad, and I touch it, and it's almost hard. I was like, oh, no, good at all.
It was supposed to get hard, right?
Yeah, but I was supposed to like drag a broom over it, make it so that somebody didn't slip and fall and die in the winter on it.
Oh, you were supposed to add threading to it.
Yeah, like the texture. And
Yeah.
I essentially had to drag the broom on it really hard, and it just kind of cured in like a weird blotchy look, and the customer wasn't very happy with me. They told my boss that they weren't going to pay, and then he dropped the price, and they were cool. I didn't hear the end of that for a while. What kind of bonehead falls asleep waiting? Supposed to pay attention. You're supposed to be checking that shit, Nick. Nope.
It's like watching
I
paint dry, man. It's like watching paint dry. You know, if you can fall asleep, yeah, of course.
They'll live.
My phone died. I mean, what are you supposed? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I ran
Get
out of
your
porn
app.
sites. Of course I fell asleep.
uh,
I couldn't play Candy Crush, man.
yeah, I definitely
wait.
don't miss those days. So, still nothing from Meg.
Oh, Yulin's over here grabbing cat food for the cat. But Meg's
Maybe
on.
he's grabbing a snack.
I don't think he cat food, but maybe.
I mean, I'm not gonna judge him if he does.
Hey, you know what, right? You ever go to Petco?
Once in a while.
Okay, they got those gourmet cookies for dogs.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I bought a batch of those, right? And I had it by the doorway. So when I take the dogs out, I always grab a cookie or two and put it in my pocket, right, for treats, right, when they're outside. Right. Well, my fiance's my fiance's son was with us, right? This guy's like a Hooverback, right? He will eat paint off the walls, right, if it looks like chocolate, right? So I come up to the door and we're about to go out and do some yard work, and he's chewing on something. I'm like, "What are you eating?" And he's like, "Nothing." I was like, "Dude, you're chewing like a fucking cow. I could see you. I could see a chocolate crumb on your lip. What are you chewing?" He's like, "Nothing." And I look around and I see the freaking cookies. I'm like, "Oh my god, did you eat one of those cookies?" And he's like, "No." I said, "Okay, Connor, those cookies are for the dogs." Right? He's like, "But they taste so good." I was like, "Oh my god!" I had to hide the bag. And I went up to my fiance. He's like, "Hey, listen, your son just ate some of the dog cookies, okay? And we gotta hide these things from him. You gotta tell him to stop shoving things in his mouth."
Oh dear Lord, that's funny.
My older brother in high school would eat milk bones, doggy milk bones, which is the weirdest thing. But yep.
I know I got
I-
tricked as a kid to do that once.
And he did not have gourmet ones. He had the ones that were just like that
Nasty,
looked about
dry
what they
ones.
tasted like. Yeah,
Ooh.
poor man's milk bones.
Oof.
Yeah, I was trying to grab the leashes and I put the freaking milk bone in my mouth and I was walking out with it, right? And I was wondering why my mouth tasted so bad. I'm like, "Oh my god, I still got the milk bone in my mouth."
Why do I taste gravy? Oh wait.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to hold on to two freaking obnoxious little freaking dogs that are
Oh
a
my
friend.
goodness.
Yeah, I was babysitting, right? These, dog sitting these things, right? And it's a freaking hassle trying to get the leashes on them and get them out the door, all right? Because by the time they get out the door, they're strangling each other, all right, with the leashes, all right? And then them watching them go down the staircase, like watching them.
That sounds like the reason why I had a new phone this week. My dog did the same thing. Barreled down the stairs and knocked me down too.
Well, it's like basically they got wrapped up in their leashes, right? And they're not walking anymore. They're just lobbing over like a ball of flesh and milk bones. Right?
Pretty much. Huh. So, waiting. I'm gonna take another 15 minutes. I'm gonna step outside. I'm gonna switch Discord to my phone.
So, has anybody seen the new Batman on Amazon?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. They got a new Batman series, right? The Penguin is actually a woman. Yeah. I was looking at it. I was like, wait a minute, is that Penguin singing? She's doing like a freaking like Las Vegas show. And I was like, is that Penguin in drag? What the hell am I watching? It's like,
Oh, it's
I
like
was
the
like,
story
I
of the
watched.
Penguin with Colin Farrell.
Oh yeah, the new one is that almost looks more like a freaking Soprano episode. I do not like the Joker ones. The Joker ones are like awful. Right.
Okay, so I guess my mic doesn't work in my phone.
You know, it's every Batman villain's getting their own show now.
Like for real?
You got the Joker, you got the Penguin. Now all you need is the Riddler, right? And well, who's a Batman villain? Oh, Cat. Of course, they already done Catwoman.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, she was really good. God bless her soul.
Wait, are we talking about the Halle Berry Catwoman?
Yeah. And then
Get back. Dang dogs.
hey,
Ugh. I hate waiting. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to make sure everybody can show up. I don't want to start and not have everybody.
No stress, bro.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking my time.
Got you, Lynn.
Chat. Anything new with you guys?
Hey, Lynn.
any life other than home. All right, we got no home attendant now. All right, so I have no sandwich. I have no sandwich and dishwasher.
Oh no.
Yeah. She went back to New York. She said Georgia was too hard.
We had a new employee start the other day. I just worked in a factory. The job that he was given was to literally just put this bag of bolts in a box and let it go on the conveyor belt. That's all his job was. Said it was too hard.
It was too hard.
He said that the bolts were too heavy and that the room is too hot.
Oh, yeah, heat. I can understand. That's a freaking warehouse. Right.
Like, granted, I got him with the heat because, I mean, like, the hottest day of the year so far here has been 96 degrees. And on any given day, it's like 20 degrees hotter inside than it is out. So I get it. But his job is not that hard. He doesn't have to stand. He's allowed to. They literally said, do whatever you want. Just make sure the stuff gets in the box. Like, it's enough time on this conveyor to be like, I'm going to go to the bathroom for a really long time and come back and miss nothing.
I used to work in a factory, making a manufacturing company that made, of all things, hairpins.
Ooh.
Yeah, like hairpins, right? Well,
like bobby pins?
Yeah, bobby pins. Have you ever seen the ends of the bobby pins? It has these like little, kind of like rubber balls on it.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's actually a chemical, right? That it's almost like clay or tar, right? And the bobby pins come off the assembly line and they dip into that liquid, right? Go up into another line and there's a heater that heats them up as it goes down the conveyor belt, right? These machines have not been updated since 1930.
Oh, I
right?
believe that.
And a lot of the parts that you see on there are kind of jury rigged, right? And it was prone. It was hot as hell in there, right? And those machines would catch on fire. Right? Yeah. We had one machine catch on fire, and the guy who was supposed to be, maintaining that machine, he took off. He ran out the building. Right? Totally left the worker that was, at the other end of that machine. That she's the one that boxes up the hairpins. Left her completely alone. Right? And I'm looking across the building, and I see this black smoke rising from the end of the building. I'm like, what the hell is that? Right? I was like, and the boss goes, oh my God, what shit? So he's hauling ass, right? And the thing is, he was trying to turn the machine off, right? And fan the fire off so that way the machine can keep on going working.
Oh my
Right?
god.
Yeah. So what happened was, right, one of the other workers freaked out and used a freaking fire extinguisher, right, on it. Right? So it damaged everything. The liquid, it damaged the little heating bulbs. Right? They had to disassemble the whole machine and reassemble it again. And he was feeling, what? Why did you do that? He's like, what are you, crazy? It was on fire. And he's like, no, you work around it. Right? I'm like,
No.
oh, yeah, I gotta get myself a new job. Fuck that.
No, as soon as your employer's like, why didn't you stay in that dangerous ass situation? I'll be like, because I don't need this job anymore. Bye.
Yeah. I was like, how the hell are you gonna work around a fire? It's like, you could have just smothered it. I'm like, with what? Everything here is flammable.
I'll just throw some gas on it.
Yeah. And then the building had no air conditioning, right? So it was just a bunch of fans, right? Right. So it was like at night, right? It was 90 degrees at night in Georgia, right? And the building inside of it, right, was about 25 degrees hotter than the outside, and so it was about 105, 115 inside the building. Right? The girls were basically working with their tops off.
Giggity.
Yeah.
All right, so
yes.
I see that Ulan is now in the chat. Hello, Ulan.
Hi.
So glad you woke up and joined us. Really appreciate having you guys here. Now that the majority of us are here, we can get started. So let me just switch back over to my computer and we'll be good. What did I just do?
Did you see the owlbear hook up there, Jose?
Alrighty. So, who remembers what happened at the end of last session?
We killed the beholder. I took some tentacle stalks to eat.
Didn't
We got
didn't
past that, I
something
think.
happen while you were passed out, Krez? I can't quite recall. Something getting put in your mouth. Beholder.
Yep, that's right.
Oh yeah, the tentacle.
You got violated by a tentacle while you were sleeping in your mouth. And then you bit it.
Really, it's an eye stalk, not a tentacle, right? But yeah.
That's true. That's very true. He rubbed his eye all over you. That's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who got the last laugh?
nothing.
Who got the last
You.
laugh?
That's true.
Yep.
You also got the first bite, I'd like to say.
And I'm gonna have the last bite too.
All right. So you guys did that. You retrieved a ring from your contact, Gazrim Dulak, that was rumored to take you immediately to, or not immediately, but take you to Graven Hollow, a place of great knowledge that you were sent to seek out and find a way to disperse this demon incursion once and for all. Coming back into the journey, you guys are just taking off from Mantle Dareth the following day. All of your troops kind of by your side, Shield Guardian and all, you traverse into the Underdark. Again, kind of a familiar feeling for maybe Krez and Helena, and kind of a chilling reminder to Lithius of what he escaped, and possibly a whole new experience for Had, because this is I think this is your second delve into the Underdark. First being to go find Simon, and second being this.
Underground. I just haven't been in the Underdark.
Right.
So we had woken up from a long rest, had a fight with the beholder, and then we took off immediately, or
I mean, that's up to you guys. Did you guys want to take off immediately, or did you want to try and do something else in Mantle Dareth before you left?
I think there's much else to do.
yeah.
Wasn't there an incident like happened like right after the whole um beholder molestation scene? I mean, weren't we just called away for some, or certain people were fighting, or did we already get past that?
We're already
Doesn't
past that.
Yeah, okay. Zentarium fighting the draw. Okay, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is what I'm getting. I just opened up the owl bear thing,
Uh-huh.
and okay,
It should be blank right now because I haven't put up a map yet.
oh, okay. Just letting you know that all I see is a picture of a little castle thingy. All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm good.
So, what are you guys thinking about before you take off, or what would you guys like to do?
Aside
Is
from
there a place to? I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Is there a place to buy like healing potions?
Not down here.
I mean, there are merchants around here. You could ask.
All right, put the word out.
Okay.
Not a bad idea.
You.
I'll go with him and I'll help him investigate for that. But I want to find ingredients to make a bunch of heal potions if I can find them.
Okay. So it doesn't take you too long to find a stand with some little baubles of potions of various different liquids, and a grizzled old man standing behind it, just kind of peddling or going through his belongings, setting stuff out, dusting, and he catches your eye, Hab, and says, "Oh, a human in Mental Dareth. That's uncommon. You must be here to buy something."
Yes, I
You
traveled all
can-
the way from the top land to come down here to your shop and just buy something.
Sure. So yeah, you. How many potions did you want to buy? He has at least 2 healing potions. The rest of the potions, you have no idea what they are.
All right, well, I grab up those 2 healing potions, right? And then I have oh boy over here looking for ingredients. Right? He can converse with him. How much are the potions?
For the potions, he'd charge you, since he's a little bit scared of what he saw, i.e., the slaughter. He thinks that 90 gold is a fair price.
All right, that's good. I give him the 90 gold.
Okay, so you get 2 basic healing potions.
Good
Okay.
sir, do you have any ingredients for me to purchase so that I can make my own? Healing
An
potions?
alchemist, are you? Tell you what, he would charge you essentially, 25 gold for enough supplies to make 1 potion.
Sure.
How many were you looking to make?
Well, how many does he have to offer?
He has a lot of the herbs, but he says that depending on how much you want to buy, it will kind of infer on the price because these are his private stocks and he has to make his own products,
Well,
you know?
well, like I said, what do you have to impart to me? I don't want to dip too deeply into your stores, but what
Let's
can you
see.
do without reasonable trouble to yourself?
He looks through all of his various herbs and does a little
4?
bit of like thinking. He says, I could do, at max, I could probably sell you enough to make 10 potions.
So that's what, 250 gold?
I believe that'd be a fair price.
I drop it, open it up,
Well-
count it out.
All right. So you guys pay for the supplies then?
In the process now.
Okay. Yeah, with the herbs, he puts them in little wrappings of cloth, enough to carry them in a nice little pouch, and gives them to you. Hab, he just gives you the potions and says, don't break them. Anybody else want to buy anything?
Does anyone sell armor?
There is a man selling some armor. Looks like a lot of chain shirts and leathers.
No, I'm good then.
Okay. So will you all be taking off then?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Okay. So,
I
kicking
find
off.
where would I find healing potions on the inventory list?
They're called
It'll
potion of
it'll
healing.
be listed as it'd be listed
Common.
as potion of healing, common,
Yeah, it's not magic
Okay.
technically.
All right.
technically.
So the effects of a
Oh,
healing
yeah.
potion are considered magical. 'Cause take a healing potion under the guise of a beholder when you go off.
That's true. Oof. Okay, so taking off from Mantle Dareth into the Underdark. Yeah, have you been underground before? So you're imagining that it's probably just going to be the same. But as you get deeper and deeper, and all of these weird looking mushrooms start showing up on the walls, and this weird looking root like wood that grows around it, almost like supports, and how this tunnel is almost perfectly spherical. It's a wonder to how this was even made, let alone formed. As you all move through the pack, one of these Emerald Enclave riding a giant lizard pulls up next to Ulin and says, you mind if I converse with you a little bit, sir? I'm sorry if I'm bothering you.
You're fine.
But I just had a question that maybe you might be able to answer. You yourself are an orc, yes?
Yes.
But I find it very strange to see an orc traveling with a group such as this.
Such as what? I look down my nose at him. Unless I'm not.
Well, I mean, I meant no disrespect. It's just,
People.
well, tieflings themselves are already a very rare kind of thing to see.
Thing.
I-
Digging yourself
I-
deeper.
I stumble over my words. I apologize. I am not a scholar at all.
Just spit it out.
But why do you travel with them? What makes them special to you? Like, why stick around? Your strength in its own is enough to survive on your own.
Because they're like
This
family
guy.
now.
Family. Now that I could understand.
We've been through a lot. So
Lithia sheds a single tear.
You've been through a lot, huh?
Oh yeah.
Now that, and he kind of points over to Krez. He says, "Now this one I could believe has been through a lot, but
For a
you,
lot of tentacles.
I feel, have a lot more to give. Not in a disrespectful way. I mean, as in, there are great things in your future. I can kind of sense this about you."
Are you trying to poach one of our family, sir?
Yeah, you're getting real ass kissy.
No. I'm just saying that maybe in the future, had he
Not that
want to
Ulin-
show.
Not that Ulin doesn't deserve a little ass kissy from you. Go ahead, keep going.
He
Loved it.
he shows the great potential to be part of the Emerald Enclave. That's all I meant to say. Maybe someday you would consider joining.
Maybe. Maybe when we get through all of our stuff we need to, I'll think about joining.
Oh yes, I think they would. I don't even think it would be a competition. I think they would take you immediately. You show the courage of a true warrior. You all do, to be quite honest.
Ask a question. Perception. Do I perceive this guy as for real, or is he like blowing smoke up his rear?
Give me an insight check.
Oh, it's an insight. Okay, that's what it is. All right, let me see.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Well, 7. All right.
You
I'm like,
get
what
like
about
a little
me?
bit of,
What about me? I'm special too.
you get a little bit of like an ass kissy vibe because you're kind of
Yeah.
used to it being a lord and all, but other than that, it seems kind of sincere. You're kind of like, wow, that's kind of sincere, random, if I may say so. One of these Lord's Alliance members is noticing all the talking. He points out Krez and says, "Oh, you think that that dang orc is a warrior? Have you?" He just kind of like thumbs over to Krez, like, "Have you seen this guy? Are you kidding? Like, look at him. He looks like he's made out of brick, blue brick." And he pats you on the back.
This would normally be where I'd look over to Helena and be like, "Is that a good thing?"
She just looks at you and says, "Well, I mean, you're about the smartest one, so I guess."
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to you? I think it sounds damn good to me. Well, I'll say you. And through the tunnels, you just hear the echoing of Krez, 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 Krez.
My character,
Every
I
time they
have
say
one.
that,
It's kind of
Go ahead.
yeah. He whispers something like, "Hey, be careful with this, right? Because we had an Akora in our group one time, and these people kind of like all hailed him great, and he got separated from the group, and really they wanted him for pieces to make a potion. So be careful, okay?"
That is very frightening. And he just immediately just called out, like, "Oh, yeah, shut up! We're going into the Underdark. You realize that this is a dangerous place to be. Making all this racket. You're gonna draw the damn beast right to us.
I don't see a problem with that.
You don't see a problem with us being ripped to shreds?
I don't see a problem with the beast coming to me. I'm going to them. Them coming to me just makes me have to walk less. Did you think we came down here for a picnic?
Oh. Why do you..." And he just gets very frustrated and he throws down his shield and says, "Why do you play like this? Lives are on the line. Does that not mean anything to you?"
Bro, y'all gonna need to chill. Take your shield up, keep walking. Lives are always on the line. You're in the goddamn Underdark.
He gets right up in your face and he gets like eye to eye and says, "No, I'm not going to calm down. You're treating this as like it's nothing. Do you realize that I told my wife when I left that I was not coming back? I told her I would most likely die for the dangers that we're about to face. And
Who is
you're
this
seeing
guy?
this as just some outing."
Who's the guy that's talking, real quick?
One of the Lord's Alliance members.
Oh, okay.
I hope you understand this with all sincerity. The only way you're gonna die is if you don't get the fuck out of my face. Pick up your shield and move your ass.
Make me
Yeah,
an intimidation check.
Nine.
You don't have waving a freaking tentacle at him. "Don't you talk to me like that."
Hey, you go to do
Jelly all
that, and
over his
the
face.
the beholder eye is just like poking out of your pocket, and it just kind of like, as you're like getting in his face, it slips out onto the ground, and he picks it up, and he slaps you with it, like
Whoa.
just like a dueling slap.
Oh my
Holy
god.
Slap. It hit me?
Yeah, he like across the face. Like you don't take any damage, but you're
But he hit
you're
me.
definitely been hit. Yes.
Ooh. Ooh. Does this guy want to
Yeah,
bird?
I'll say,
This guy
We don't have
I think-
Helena to stop you.
I think this guy wants to
As
bird.
the slap echoes
either-
through the cave, all of the other Lord's Alliance members just kind of look at him like, "Bro, you fucked up."
Like, okay, kids, everybody, behave yourselves.
Give me a
And grab your
Dex
partners.
DC 14 saving throw for him.
Oh, I rolled the wrong one. Oops. Okay. That's not a D12. That's a D20. There we go. So he rolled a 18 on the dice.
Cool. So he's only taking 3 damage as he burns.
Yeah, just a big puff of flames comes from the slap and kind of engulfs his hand. He rears back in a little bit of pain.
Set his beard on fire. If he has a mustache or beard, set it on fire.
You really want to duel? Drop your weapon, drop your shield, and fight me fists.
He kind of looks at the burn on his hand. Realizing what just happened, he looks at you almost unfazed by the slap. He picks up his shield and he straps it to his back and he says, "No, you'll for sure kill me here. There's no doubt about that."
You won this round.
Cool. Now, we're going to go kill some demons, and we're all going to leave here peacefully when I'm done.
Like
And
wrangling
at
a bunch of cats.
He's just like, he doesn't really say much else to you other than he just kind of nods and acknowledges what you said and just continues to the back of the pack. Meanwhile, everybody at this point is stopped and is staring at you.
Forward motion, ho! But I'm going to, in a sense, tell both Lithius and Helena, even though Helena's not here, it's like, pretty sure these guys are getting affected by the same shit that was affecting us earlier. Like, faster.
Possible. That item that we had, I dispelled it though. So it could be something else?
I'm not,
Well-
like, you know how,
Or
like,
just the
when
stress of what we're about to face?
it could be the stress, but you remember how when we looked at that one thing, some of us got affected by some shit?
Right.
It could be that.
there
Yeah.
might be another one amongst them, another gem.
Not thinking it's a gem. I think like the overall madness that goes with going into the Underdark while it's infested with demons might be affecting them.
Helena kind of chimes up and says, "Do you think maybe the influence of the demons is getting wider?"
And stronger.
And Argyle just kind of pops in and is like, "That's bad, right? I think that's bad."
It's bad.
All right. Well, there's no other choice. We got to keep going.
I give the guy a little bit of cream from my medicine kit, because he just got burned.
I
Doing a
You
70
do
show.
see Helena pull that guy aside, and she says it kind of out loud. Says, "It was very unwise for you to pick a fight with Krez. Being as how he is, I don't really like him that much, but he's a very capable fighter. You would be torn to shreds by him. I think he might eat you." And then she just keeps walking.
Would I have heard her say that?
Yeah, you guys all heard her say that.
I just look back and lick my lips and continue walking.
All right. So you continue on for the day, unimpeded by any sort of obstacle, or you feel like there's something coming down the tunnel at some points, but the majority of you are hardened Underdark travelers at this point, and you're just like, "Oh no, that's just how it sounds. Don't worry about it." Most of your day is spent making sure that your fighting regiment or your little traveling party doesn't walk off a dark cliff and accidentally get themselves killed. it's a pretty easy day. About 8 hours goes by, and Helena calls out, says, "It's time to rest. We've moved enough."
During the travel, would I notice any webs or claw marks or anything along the pathway that we've been taking?
Give me a let's say do an investigation or a survival check, whichever you prefer.
Survival, because I have a -1 to the other one, which is 10.
Yeah, you don't really find any like claw marks or anything, but it's an underdark tunnel. You find a little bit of webs, but not an alarming amount.
Okay.
Okay. Helena ends up telling you at the end of the day that you are most likely needed to make camp. She takes to what she usually does and starts running her
Alarm
range of
spell.
wire around. Yeah, alarm spell. All the rest of the Lord's Alliance and those guys, they are making camp by themselves in the same range of the 30 feet, but not at the same campfire as Krez.
I just like pull out my sword and impale part of a tentacle through, and cook it over the campfire.
Okay. Peebles is still with you too. He has been quiet most of this trip. He now, as you start to roast this, he sits beside you. What is the rest of the crew doing during this little bit of downtime that you just got?
I'm paying attention to that Xantarian
Okay.
guard that was sent with us. I'm just keeping an eye on her. It's a her, right?
Yeah, it's a
Right.
her. As of
Okay.
right now, she is she's with the group of companions that you've brought. She is writing in her little notebook and kind of just listening to the conversation that the rest of the soldiers are having. But other than that, she isn't doing anything else. Maybe snacking a little bit on some rations to keep herself fed.
Diary. Today I saw a man get slapped by a tentacle. And
And
What
then
about Lithius? What's Lithius doing at this point?
Lithius is breaking out his stuff, and he's going to start making some healing potions. And he can make a common or uncommon in 1/4 of the time and at half the price. So that 250 gold for the 10. That technically that should actually help allow me to make 20 healing potions.
Yeah, technically.
So I will start working on that. I don't know. I'm looking up now how long it takes to make one.
I was gonna say, I think a regular potion's like 1 to 3 days, but I don't remember.
I'll look it up.
Krez is roasting this tentacle or eye stalk over the fire. Peebles has pulled up a seat next to you and says, "Ooh, boy, that looks like good eating."
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, mind if I have a nibble?
You didn't grab one of your own?
I did, but I'm just, they're not really for eating. I'm kind of saving those.
Hmm. I'll cut up another piece and hand it to him and let him cook his own.
Okay, yeah, and he takes that little piece and he finds a stick off the wall of this root system that's been growing everywhere and impales the piece of eye stalk on it and starts roasting it. And he kind of looks back up to you and says, "Do you like eating underdark creatures or something? Is that just like a hobby that you have, or what's the deal?"
I live off the land.
Okay,
So
okay. So,
essentially, if it's not a human, for the most part, I'll eat it.
so you only eat non-humans?
Not necessarily.
Okay. I mean, what's the most interesting thing you ate? I remember one time I ate this mushroom and it made me really big. That's about the most interesting thing I thought.
Flanks of a dragon.
He kind of like opens his eyes a couple times, make sure he's not sleeping. Did you just say dragon flanks?
Mm-hmm. Dragon flanks.
In amazement, he's just like, "Where did you find that?"
I killed the dragon. Well, technically,
My-
we killed the dragon.
My lord, you slayed a dragon? And at this point, all of the soldiers that are in the other camp have heard dragon and are now looking at you guys.
Yeah, we killed one. There's still 5 more down here we have to deal with.
We'll deal with.
More. You
They gotta die.
you guys have to tell me about how that happened.
Well, so there's this giant pit that we had to get around. And in the process, a dragon came out with 2 littler dragons. And the dragon baby that we were taking with us turned on us and started joining the other dragons. Another one flew up out of the pit, and we killed one of them.
Pull out my map and show where it happened, and the little sketches of dragons of them. So Xanathar's Guide has potions of healing, 25 gold for crafting them in 1 day to craft. Player minimum level 3rd for the 2d4 plus 2 hit points. So it would take me 6 hours and 12 or 13 gold.
To make one?
6 hours to make one, correct, as an artificer
Okay.
level 11. So I'll just mark that on my stuff. I'll maybe do like, I don't know, an hour a night. So I'll finish it within a week.
Okay.
I'm not in a hurry.
And does that have to be like a constant 6 hours, or can it be over time?
I think like it's just it takes 6 hours for itself to turn into it.
It's kind of like
You mix the ingredients, stick them in a vial, and let it brew in a sense. Same way you would do alcohol.
yeah. It makes me think of making wine in RuneScape. Add the grapes to the jug, wait, and then wine.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's the Xanathar's Guide.
All right, cool. So you start. How many do you start? Do you just start the one then?
I'm just gonna start one and make sure, because I don't know
Right.
what he really sold me. It could be something else. It's probably a variation of what you would use on the surface.
I
That
see.
makes sense. Mushroom
Yeah.
powder and stuff that's good for healing versus whatever else.
Yeah,
So,
you could
I'll
even
just
say
make-
that the vial that you're making it in is like a piece of like an old mushroom that resembled a jug that you could take. Because there are some mushrooms around that kind of look like water jugs.
Yeah, that works.
It's essentially like they're like hydro flasks.
Right.
So yeah, they've all heard dragon. They're all interested. They're listening to Krez's stories. Helena chiming in every once in a while when Krez would embellish something. Like it was 30 foot tall. It was actually only 10. Pretty much stuff like that.
Sounds about right.
Krez, I want you to make me a perception check.
Seven.
Okay, never mind. You guys have a good night. You sit and tell the stories to these new companions of yours. They gain a lot of respect for you,
Would
especially
Helena's
knowing that you guys
passive
took down.
perception see what I didn't?
She has seen some things.
Damn it! Come on,
So
man.
yeah, the night goes by with some revelry of the things that you've discovered or the things that you've encountered in the Underdark in detail. And right before everybody's about to go to bed, the sole member of the Zentarum approaches Hat and says, "You seem to be a very logical being, especially or even for a human. because she's a high elf, she says that. I have an idea that I'd like to run by you if you have the time. I know it's kind of late.
Idea.
Yes. So, and she pulls out a map of her own that she's been writing from where you guys entered, and from the map that she's seen of Lithius's. She says, essentially, by what I can tell, is that there are multiple known entrances to the Underdark. Maybe some that we don't know, maybe some that we do. What I think is that if we take systematically and start setting up outposts at these entrances, if there is a demonic incursion, we can at least have some defenses in place to defend the surface from them. So at least maybe the emergence of demons wouldn't be so sudden. What do you think of that?
Talk to the people in the Underdark before you set up posts, right, without permission. Right? One, right? Two, I like to ask you a question. Right?
Absolutely.
Why is a high elf as obnoxiously arrogant and noble, right? Because of course I work with a high elf, right? Is doing with a Zentarian badge on.
Well, you see, out of all the things that I enjoy in life, I myself enjoy having a, let's say, a reputation that opens doors, if that makes sense. And my time spent with the Zentarum has really opened some doors for me in life. I can't say that I've really had to struggle for a thing since I've joined them.
An insight check real quick. I just want to see, she might have a few screws loose or something. Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I rolled a total of 14. Right?
So from this,
Seems a little off about her.
you can tell that, like, with the way that she's saying things, she's got like a very malevolent kind of feel to her.
Yeah.
There's like a certain cruelness that you feel from her voice.
I checked the map out. What's the map that she sketched up? Whatever. Right? How good is the map skills that she has?
Essentially, from what you can see, it is very roughly hand drawn. A lot of places are like written in. It essentially just looks like a lot of lines drawn, with some places marked as Mantle Dareth. There's one off in the distance that has a line drawn to it that says Graven Hollow ? The Gauntlgrim has been marked on there, but there's no clear line drawn to it. A couple of the other places that the crew has been to is marked on there as well.
Okay, this is what I add to Heiko the conversation, right? Before I freaking turn over, I point to her. I point out to her. It's like, yeah, you're putting outposts on all the exits and entries to the Underdark. That means the Zentarium will be in control of who enters and leaves the Underdark. And that gives you complete control of a country that is not even yours yet. Right? And blocking its borders, right, would be considered an act of war on both sides. Right?
Now, you misunderstand me, sir. I in no way mean to block the comings and goings of these denizens of the Underdark. The only goal that I have here is to protect the surface. For as if the Zentarum has no people to protect, there will be no reason for our organization.
The Underdark has no people to protect?
The surface won't if we don't contain the demons down here.
Okay, got it. Alright. All right. Well, I'll mull it over. Okay. Go to bed. Stop drawing your
Splendid.
little. Stop drawing in your diary. All right, creeping me out. All right,
Okay.
Go lay over there. Go lay over
Have,
there.
have a good sleep. And
Yeah.
she walks away.
The DM, right?
Yes.
The guy that Heiko Have Waters actually works with happens to be in high up, and he is well, good, bad, corrupt. He's basically a politician, right?
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
yeah. So he's always stepping lightly around this guy to make sure he's not getting himself into some kind of freaking insane, harebrained fucking scheme to take over the world, right?
Right. So Hab
Yeah.
goes to sleep. Lithius, you work on your potion for a couple hours and then go to sleep.
Sure.
Unless you would like to take first watch. Helena has done what she always does. It says, I'll take first watch, then I transfer 4 hours.
Okay, I'll take second watch then. So I'll just work on it on my watch.
Okay. She kicks Krez, says, Krez, you take third watch.
Okay.
And then she just kind of says out loud, if anyone else wants to take last watch, they take it. I'm going right now. You guys all get sleep.
Well, we would only need 3 watches in a sense, right? Because she's gonna
Technically.
she's gonna watch for 4 hours.
Yeah, technically. So all that settles. You guys get some sleep. You guys do take your watches, but they go uneventfully. You mostly just appreciate the subtle quiet of the Underdark, and it's ASMR kind of sounds. I wish I had like a soundboard of cave ASMR. Just like the dripping sound and echoes.
Then we would be falling asleep for realsies.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, you guys wake up the next day. Peebles seems to be very upbeat today. Kind of already doing like jumping jacks, getting himself pumped up. It's like, come on, guys, let's hit the trail, or in this case, tunnel.
Does he have any weapons on him?
He does. He actually, on his side, he has a little pick, kind of like a miner's pick.
Okay.
And on his other side, he has a little pouch of what looks like darts.
Okay.
See if he has any poison to go with those darts.
That's true.
Does he have a shield?
He does not.
I have a shield. I'll ask him if he wants it. If he
You
uses
can-
one.
You give me a shield?
Yeah, I don't use it.
I'll be a piece of
Oh,
clothing. I'll be a free. That's still ringing in my head from last time.
Hobby is free. So this is day 2 of your travel. Now I actually have to do something with this.
Oh, nice. Look at that tunnel worm.
You just pretend you didn't see that. I gotta put my tokens out for y'all. Man, I organized stuff and then I fucked it all up.
So we can't have nice.
Here we go.
I'm looking at a map of a colon.
I mean, kinda. I still have Simon in my list of PCs for this game. Oops. So yeah, so it's the majority of you guys.
If there was
You're
anything
going
left
down
of
this
Simon,
tunnel.
you could say he became a zombie.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There was nothing left of him.
Yeah, I know.
No, he got turned into Dookie. That's for sure.
I was like, oh my god, he's a poop golem.
You just made me think of the movie Dogma.
The
That
only
was a
movie
crap
that
demon. Nasty.
the only movie that the director protested.
That's true. He did.
No one even knew it was him. Oh.
You know, there's actually a movie, right, about that. Right, the producer, director, right, all did a scam. Right, they got people, people to donate tons of money for this movie, right? That they were gonna make. They brought up this, oh, it's gonna be smashing. It's gonna be the blockbuster of the year. You'll make tons of money, right? Then they put out the most crappiest movie they could, right? With the worst actors and the most, so that way they can keep most of the money that they got from the high court contributions, right? And the
Right.
rest, and the rest, the high court, the proceeds was covered by insurance. When they actually have freaking movie insurance, right? That pays back 25 cents to the dollar for every contributor who gave money to the movie. All right. So if they gave like $1 million, they only get $250,000 back.
Oh hi Ella.
And the freaking director and producer ran off to Brazil, right, with
That's
all these people's money.
crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys are traveling down this tunnel. Every couple of seconds, you do feel kind of light tremors as you start to get to this stretch of tunnel. All of the men grip their weapons kind of at the same time. You can kind of hear it, all as they all unanimously tense up. And they all look to you guys for action. What are you guys gonna do?
But it's just a tremor.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. All move
I can
forward.
hardly feel the tremors up here in my Shield Guardian's arms.
Yeah, the Shield Guardian is even like, I don't think he speaks, but he's kind of like trying to like push you into the air of like, go see. Oh wait,
How high is
no,
the
that's a
ceiling?
lie. That's a lie. He doesn't do
Yeah.
anything because he works under your control. The ceiling is 30 feet tall.
All right.
So, yeah, 30 feet to the ceiling.
I can fly
It-
ahead and see if I see anything. But
Oh, that sounds like a good idea, one of these Lord's
hold on,
Alliance members
my
says.
fam just got home. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Sure. Argyle says, I mean, I could try and like see if I see anything ahead. I could be pretty quiet. Y'all know that.
Yeah. Or, get me out. We start stomping our feet and drag whatever wants us, go to it to us instead of us to them.
So you want to just draw it out to us?
I can see it right now. It'll be like a bunch of dwarves banging on their shields and people playing bad music on instruments they don't know. It'll be like a
And he's
gypsy
just
parade going.
All right, I'm back.
He just kind of he thinks about it for a second and he says, "Why don't we just let Lithius go and see what's going on?" That's a good idea, though. If he doesn't see anything,
All right, I will
we'll
fly
stomp our
up,
feet.
and fly forward. What do I see? Anything?
Not a dang thing so far.
All right. I'm just using dark vision, so
Yeah, so far you don't see anything other than that this tunnel goes on and kind of like snakes ahead for a good while.
All right. Well, I'll fly forward.
All right. So Lithius flies off into the unknown.
Like fly 200 or 300 feet forward, and then like latch up onto the wall and just listen. Can I do a
Yeah.
investigation?
Absolutely.
Hearing.
Yeah, do me an investigation with advantage because you're gripping the wall.
Okay, so either a 29. Yeah, 29.
Okay, so yeah, you get a sense that you can feel the stone behind you, or like behind this wall. You can feel something traveling through it.
All right. Can I tell on which side? North or south?
It seems like the south side, kind of like the side that you're gripped to,
All
and
right,
you can
I'm not
tell
gonna-
that it's big.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna launch off and fly back, land on my dude, and tell everybody that there is something big in the southerly area, and it is burrowing currently. If we're quiet, it may pass us by. If we continue moving, it's probably going to send tremors. What do you guys want to do? Fight something?
So you're telling me
Something
you
big?
don't want me to kill it?
I'm
I
just
just want-
giving you simple information, brother.
All right, this is what I do. I take command. All right. Of these, of these two guys right here. No. You see the guys with the crossbows?
Yes, they do have crossbows.
Yes. Okay. I get them to start hugging the walls. If I can get.
You want us to? He just told us that there's something in the walls, and you want us to hug
My
the
su-
wall?
My suggestion is quietly, cautiously, and without stomping your little tootsies, move up to the north wall, set up with your weapons just in case something burrowing bursts through, and we just sit it out for a minute until the tremors either increase or decrease. Set up and get ready.
And they, the majority of these guys agree. They look to each other to see if they really want to listen. The Order of the Gauntlet members all kind of look to Helena, and she just kind of like shrugs and does what you asked.
And I will fly up 20 feet or so up onto the wall, just to give me a little bit better view, east and west.
At all this time, Peebles is also just kind of like, goddamn, fucking shit. I know what these are. They're purple worms.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
That's what makes these tunnels. Fuck.
Well,
We gotta
be
be
quiet.
so. Yeah,
Keep
we gotta
talking,
be
Peebles.
so quiet. And time goes by, and the vibrations get a little bit quieter for a little bit, and then about 10 minutes goes by, and they get very, very loud. The ground starts to quake. Some rocks start to fall from the ceiling. And emerging out of the ground in front of you, if I can find the goddamn token.
Boy,
There it is. Comes
come on.
sprawling out this thing. It has not seen you yet. But it starts to kind of sense around in its area to look for things. Moves this way. What are you guys doing all at this point? All of these soldiers with you have readied their weapons. They're ready to fire. They're trying to be as quiet as they can. But what are you guys doing?
I draw my sword, shield, turn on my freaking sword, and get ready.
Also, yeah, make me stealth checks, everybody, to see if how well you stay hidden.
10.
Yeah, sick.
15.
And Helena does it at disadvantage because she has some armor that kind of prohibits her from being stealthy.
25.
Okay.
Like a ninja.
That's
freaking,
kind of funny.
Athlete.
So
So can I kind of tell that we're being a little bit loud, like it's going to notice us and it's going to attack us?
so you say that and you start to as it starts to emerge and Frez, you kind of push back when this happens and you kind of kick some stones forward in your attempt. Helena does the same thing. Ulin, you try to crouch down to be quiet and you totally smack your hammer on the ground as you do so. Not intentionally, but you just kind of accidentally bonked it. And the worm looks at you.
Is that as big as it is? 5 feet
It is
wide?
technically supposed to be 20 by 20. So yeah, technically it's supposed to be like
See the worm. Let me see the
that.
worm. Let me see the worm.
Make it bigger. Looks like a baby. There
Jesus
we go.
Christ, they're not that
Yeah.
big.
Well, that'll feed us for a while.
Right. All right. So yeah, this thing is
Let's roll
moving
initiative.
towards. Yes.
Dinner.
7. Dinner.
23.
They're pretty poisonous, I think, or acidic, so
That's natural 20 for 21.
can I roll my investigation on the DC of it to see what I know of it?
Yeah.
Since we were sitting here. I got
the
another
DC
29. I'm
Okay.
sure that makes it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that beats it.
I have that same ability, except mine takes like a minute or so.
Yeah, so the DC was 17, so you know that. Let me just pull up this little sheet that I have written down here. That noise attracts them. That they've been known to interrupt underground battles and building due to them coming up from the digging. They're mostly common in the Underdark, though they have been seen in the mountains on the surface. A purple worm is large enough to swallow a horse. And usually you can find precious metals inside them because they burrow through the stone and they just eat all of the precious metals. Oh, you also know that the majority of the tunnels formed in the Underdark are from purple worms. All right. So now I got everybody in the initiative, but Had Waters, I'm waiting for yours. Oh, I see it right here. It's a 16.
No. That was a mistake. That one was a mistake.
Yes, sir.
That was me freaking trying to hit armor class so I can look at my armor class thing.
Well, either way, that was still
Yeah,
okay.
I got a 9.
I'll take the 9. Okay.
9.
So 11. Okay. So you would be the first one to act. You see this thing target you. Like it knows you're there. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna charge back at it.
Do it.
I'm gonna charge, and then when when he gets close enough to me, I'm just gonna swing my hammer at him.
Okay. So these are 5-foot squares, so you should be able to get about right here and be in melee range.
Okay. That's
Hey.
10.
Put it out, you
Yeah,
two.
that-
Swallow it before it swallows you.
Yeah, you take a swing at it and it kind of like ping bounces off. You hit a horn accidentally.
Oh my god, what are these rolls?
Ping, same horn.
Onyx.
You just break the horn off. Then you won't hit it anymore.
That's even worse.
Yeah, you hit the same horn again, and it rebounds so much that you fall backwards. You're now prone.
Oh, I'm fucked.
All right, so that'll be all for you. I mean, you haven't really made your movement yet. You can use the rest of your movement to just stand up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'd let you do that. So yeah, it knocks you on your ass, and you get up just like, fuck, this thing's tough. If
Action
that will be
surge.
all. Action surge, yes. Go for it.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
How are you rolling so
Ow.
bad?
Ping!
There we go. Fucking finally. That's a 25.
So yeah, at this point, you've like made a huge dent in this horn, and it's kind of cracked. This one, you hit the end that's cracked, and you drive the horn into its flesh. So yeah, go ahead and make your damage roll.
I'm gonna use Savage Attack or roll that damage.
Probably a good idea.
There we go. 9.
There you go. Sweet.
I get one more hit, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
15?
A 15 is not enough to hit.
Damn. Hit with 1 out of 6 attacks. That's so sad.
Jesus. That is kind of shitty, but this is a big creature. I get it. Krez, you're up next.
I'm gonna. So, squares are 5 foot. That's it. 40 could get me here to be flanking.
That's true.
So I wanted this guy. After I go into a range. For 24 to hit on the first one.
Yep, that'll do it.
That'll be 18 points of damage on the first strike.
Wow. Yeah, you just cut a huge gash into this thing.
I don't think the second one's gonna hit. That's a 16.
Yeah, that's not going to hit.
So that'll be my turn.
Yeah, you make one good stab at this thing, and this purple blood starts to hit the ground and smoke just a little bit. You find out in that sense that it is a little bit acidic.
And these guys are mine, or is it these guys?
You have, I believe,
I have 2 sets of people.
yeah, you have the Lord's Alliance is the one that's pledged to you. So it's these guys
Lords
and
will
these guys.
have the yeah. They just have their stat blocks.
No problem.
All right. And crossbows from Lord Alliance. Well, I think I have 3 of Lord Alliance.
Yep.
None of those are gonna hit because I have a +4 on their hits. So aren't good. The Alliance guards are these guys.
Yes.
They only get halberds, which they need 10 feet. These guys will kind of move in. Here. I have 5 of these guys. 4 hits with roll all halberd attacks from them. A 19 and a 22. 19 hit.
A 19 does hit.
Okay, cool. And then you guys are 110 plus. That's going to be 15 points of damage from them.
All right, so yeah, they surround this purple worm and they just start stabbing, hacking, wiping at this thing. And that's all they're going to do then?
I think they only get one
Okay.
attack. Yeah, they only get one.
All right, so Helena is going to take on the next turn. She is going to pull out Dawnbringer and do a couple attacks. With advantage, of course, because
The amount of
flank.
things surrounding this motherfucker.
yeah, if you're surrounding this thing and don't have flanking, what's going on? Okay. So she's going to hit with her first attack. So she gets to add a D8 to that. So first attack's going to do 16 damage. She pulls this brilliant sword out that you guys found in the crypt. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. Second attack, here it comes. Also going to hit. She is going to channel a Divine Smite into this attack.
As Helena would do.
It's going to be a third level one, too. So that means that she gets to do 4d8. Actually, it's 5d8 because the Divine Smite improved. So she's going to do 8 plus 5d8.
Dang.
So 8 plus 17.
25.
That's 25. Good chunk of damage. And after that, she looks to the Order of the Gauntlet members and says, "Dust that bitch." And yeah, they're going to all pull out their longswords and charge. Okay. Miss.
Are those guys the ones with the sword and gauntlet on their shield, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just going to do them like this. So at least one of them hit. So that's another 8. It's going to do another longsword attack. And that time, a lot more hit. Be 3 this time. So that's 3d8 plus 9. Okay, so all of those guys together do a good chunk of damage. And now it is the Purple Worm's turn. So first up's going to be a bite. And it's going to go after this guy.
That guy over the one it hurt first.
That-
That's mean.
Oh, yeah. So he does hit him. What is, I think the AC is like 16 on those Lord's Alliance guards.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he definitely hits them. So they're going to take 28 piercing damage.
Oh, they're not. They're dead.
Okay, so yeah, you just watch this purple worm scoop this guy up and swallow him.
Yeah, there's not even a chance to revive that because that's over more than double his health and damage.
And then, yeah, as he scoops up and thrashes around, he flicks his tail at Helena, trying to take a stab, but Helena manages to... What the fuck is going on here? What makes your AC so high, Helena? Dwarven plate, plus the shield, plus 2 magic. Hmm?
Is it the magical dwarven plate, like the magic item dwarven plate?
Yeah.
That's pretty beastly.
Where did she
That
get
with the
that,
shield
though?
alone is, I don't know.
I don't know where she got that, and I don't remember her ever having it, so I'm just gonna unequip that for now. Yeah, I really don't remember where I'll have to talk with her about that. But yeah, that's gonna be her. It's gonna hit her then. She's gonna take some damage and make a con save. And she rolled a nat 1. So she's going to take 12d6 poison damage, which ends up being 47. You guys watch this stinger come flipping around and stab Helena right in the stomach. And she takes a considerable amount of damage from that.
Cut that stinger off.
And that will be the worm's turn. Lithius, it is now your turn.
Oh, goody goody. So just off the top of my head with a 20 intel, do I think that creating like a crap ton of create water and just fill its mouth with like 40 or 60 gallons of water, would that do anything, or would it just spit it out?
You want to put water in its mouth?
Yeah, create food and water spell with 30 gallons of water instantly in its mouth going
He's
down
gonna
its throat. Would that hurt it?
He's gonna waterboard it.
I think
I'm just trying
it
to be
might throw
creative.
him off for it might throw him off for a second, but eventually he would swallow it or just let it pass. Because I mean, I bet he's really used to having stuff like that come through, and he's like tunneling through, hit a big pocket of water, kind of
Alright, well,
like
he's got
deal
like
with
a
it.
10-foot wide mouth. Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you think that this guy would be a good fit to stick in his mouth with a heat metal spell on him and just try and lodge himself in the mouth?
Oh, I bet he could.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cast heat metal. I think that's a touch spell, so I might have to fly back down. It is 60-foot range, so I cast heat metal at level 3.
On the Shield Guardian?
Yes, and I have
Okay.
him just charge in 25, and he's gonna just jump up into the mouth and try and grab onto, hands above his arms, grabbing onto teeth, and just try and just, I don't know, athletics check or something, and just try and, probably not athletics, I don't know, I don't really care if he gets swallowed, but try and block his esophagus up maybe, because he's a large creature, the Shield Guardian. So I'm going to try that. So I have him cast that, send him in, and I'm going to try and have him purposely go and jump up in and lodge himself in the throat.
Okay, so I'll say have your Steel Guardian make a we'll say a DC 20 dexterity check.
Dexterity check?
Dexterity check.
For
To
what?
try and jump in this thing's mouth.
Wouldn't it be athletics?
You can do either or. Dexterity, athletics. I think.
All right, because he's got 0 dexterity. He's got a -1, but he's got a +4 in strength. So he will try that. Come on, something good. So that's should I just roll to attack to see if I can get up there and grab on? I mean,
So that's 12 plus what?
12 plus 4 for his strength, and if he gets the plus 3 or whatever from his proficiency bonus.
Oh yeah, he does.
So then that would be 7 plus 12, so 19.
Okay. So he gets close, but at this point he's not really like in its mouth. He's like hanging on to the lower part of the a part of the lower jaw.
All right, so his movement's done. I'm just going to have him punch it twice then and deal
Okay.
fire damage with my bonus action.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so it is a plus 7 to hit. Second. And it's with advantage because of flanking.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so then that is a 17 to hit.
A 17 is actually not enough to hit. He goes to try and smack this thing in the mouth, and it does not connect. Kind of just hits
Second,
open air.
that's fine. Second hit, you got a 20 to hit, dirty 20.
That'll hit. There you go.
All
Smacks him right on a tooth.
So that's 2d6 plus 4 for his punch. So that's 14 damage from him, and then 3d8 fire damage from me.
You're kidding.
That's stupid.
Wow. So a whole
Okay.
whopping 3 fire damage from that.
This round.
Yeah, spark fell off this time.
So yeah, 17 total.
And will you be making any moves for Cogsworth at all?
Yep. He is going to come up here and park right there, and that way he can give some assistance. I'll have him come down here. And I'll have him attack. And that's a 20. That's a crit. So
There you
he
go.
does 8 plus a d8 plus 4 plus 5. So that's another 15 force damage from him from a crit. And then I think that I am done.
Okay, so you guys are circling up on this guy. He is very quickly taking a lot of damage. He's already looking pretty hurt. It is Hab Waters' turn now.
I like to use not second wind. What they call that thing? Action surge. All right, so I'm
Okay.
gonna hit that right now. All right, and I'm crossing the field, right, to get within striking distance.
Yep. I
Right.
moved your token to put that there, so you
Thank
don't
you.
have to worry about that.
First attack. It's a total of 27.
There you go. That's going to be a hit.
Okay, we're just gonna remember the. Can we just do the the hits first and then the damages?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. 18. So we have
That's gonna hit as
27,
well.
18. Okay. 23.
That's 3 hits.
You're not rolling with advantage either.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have advantage here. So
Yeah.
here, hold on.
And-
Let's go back really quick. Hold on a second. So the first 2 count as the first hit, and that is definitely going to be a hit. These next 2 rolls are going to be the second advantage roll, so that's going to be a hit. So go ahead and roll again, but do it with advantage. Do you know how to do that on D&D Beyond?
How do you do that? Distance?
You should be able to just long press on the attack, and it'll give you the option from advantage to disadvantage if you're using your phone. If you're using a computer, it's just a right click.
Cell phone? What do you mean?
I'm
My
sorry,
cell
what was
phone.
that?
I'm using my cell phone.
Yeah, so just on the modifier that you click to roll the attack, just kind of like press and hold on it, and it'll pop up another little window that'll say advantage and disadvantage.
Never knew that.
Oh,
Roll. All right, I got a 26 on that one with the advantage.
all right. So 3 hits so far. Roll 1 more with advantage.
The action surge will have 6 attacks.
Oh, do you have 3 attacks per turn?
Oh no, he's
No, I
he's
have-
1 level down. I forgot. Never mind. Don't mind me.
Hold on 1 second. What, how many attacks I got per turn?
It
One
should
attack
say, yeah.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
atta- it
2
should be one
attacks.
attack
2
left.
attacks. That's 4 attacks. All right.
You need one more.
So,
You
I
need to
still
roll
need
one more
more.
attack. Yep,
Yep.
that was only 3.
Okay.
Come on, crit.
1.
That's, let alone that's 4 hits so far.
4 hits. Now I'm gonna be doing damage. All right. First, I'm gonna do the physical damage.
Yep.
That's 9. Plus 2.
17.
Excuse me. Plus 8.
Uh huh.
All right. Plus
31.
14.
31 total.
12. Okay. Now I'm gonna be doing the
The flame damage.
flame damage. It's the only way I could figure out how to do this thing, so.
Right.
Okay. let me
Just
see.
do 8d6.
Yep.
That's a beastly sword, man. I love those flame tongues.
Right. Here we go. 32.
So
God, I love those little
75
dice.
total.
Dang.
Jesus. Yeah, you just lay into this thing. It's looking very hurt now. So that was your action and the action
Total?
surge.
How many?
75 total.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm high-fiving everybody. I'm like, yeah, bitch.
So
Who's the
this
bad
thing is,
motherfucker now?
it's still alive, but it's very hurt. It's kind of like wheezing in a weird way. Will that be all for your turn then?
Yeah, that is it.
Okay, so next, haha! Another one emerges from the ground.
Nice.
You son of a bitch.
I forgot I have to move these guys. I forgot these guys surrounded it last turn. So they're there. These guys are here. And it is actually going to move this way. And it's going to try and scoop up one of these order members.
Didn't this guy die?
No, the one in the corner.
This one?
It was this
No,
guy,
no,
right?
the other one. The one above him. That one.
No, it was the
Well-
one that was down. That one was
Well-
alive.
What guy?
The guy that the purple worm original one swallowed next to Krez.
That's the guy that said he was gonna die down here too, just because you had to do it.
Yeah, he literally was the guy, like, as he got eaten, he's like, I fucking told you!
I knew it. I
All right.
knew it.
So, Worm makes a bite, and he ends up scoring an attack on one of these Veterans of the Gauntlet. And they have some pretty good HP. We're going to see if I can eat one. So, does a shit ton of piercing damage to this guy. Just takes a good bite out of him. And now he has to make a dex save. He fails it, so he is now in the worm's mouth. And as this thing comes flitting past, it's going to stab at Krez.
It can dream.
Krez, does a 30 hit you?
Nope. Nope.
What?
I'm using that cool new barbarian thing where I just ignore all damage.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, ignore all attacks too.
You know, it's only
All right.
DMs that like to be like, yo, does a 30 hit? Motherfucker, you knew it hit before you rolled it. Hell out of here.
All right, so you're going to take 19 piercing damage, and I need a constitution save.
Cool. So it's 19 halved to 10.
Yep.
And this is a poison attack, correct?
Oh, yeah.
I'm rolling with my advantage. For 25.
Okay, so you are going to take half of this.
And it's going to get
halved.
halved again.
So you're going to take
poison.
You're going to take half of 19, which is another 10.
Wait. So the total was 19?
Nope, that was already halved.
That was already halved. So it's another 10.
It was 38 total, halved to 19, halved again to 10.
Yeah. But you don't like me taking that feat now, motherfucker. Anyway.
God
continue.
damn it.
I know, right? What a death.
Yeah, he is just scooping up guys and eating them. Ulin, it is now your turn. You're on the other side of the room. This worm looks pretty fucked up.
I'm gonna hit him. Hope for the
I'm gonna
best.
hit him, he says. Do it.
24.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna hit. Isn't that a crit for you?
No.
19?
Oh
It's
no,
not.
it is a 16.
Yeah. 12 points of damage.
All right. So it's still up, but it's feeling or looking pretty shitty.
26.
You.
That hits.
Let me Savage Attacker for that roll.
Yep.
8 points of damage.
All right. One more attack.
24.
That'll hit.
And 7 points of damage.
Okay, so that is enough. This purple worm with this last swipe, you catch it off guard, and you feel your hammer blow dislodge this thing's jaw, and it loses consciousness and it just slams to the floor. You could still see bits of the Lord's Alliance member hanging from the inside of its maw. I'm going to leave the token here, though, just because I want it to kind of also be an obstacle to deal with, because this thing's massive.
Yeah.
But it is dead.
Let me use some of my movement.
That's what I told it to do. Undo.
2 right there.
Okay.
Stop it. There we go.
Okay, awesome. I had to run and
Alright.
get a beer.
No problem. So you attacked, moved. Anything else you're going to try and do?
Nope.
Okay. Krez, you're up.
I'll be right back.
No problem.
So this one's dead. Now I got to deal with this jackass that just tried to stab me and kill me.
Correct.
Oh, he's getting swung
Dummy.
on. I'm gonna stay in his range, but I'm gonna move down to this way so I can still be flanking him.
Okay. I think almost at like any angle on this guy. Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of the dead one. Silly me.
Yeah, I can only flank with this guy.
Right.
That's gonna be
Okay.
27 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's gonna be 15 points of damage on the first one. I wish I had that 19 critical. That's 28 to hit on the next one. For another
That'll hit, though.
16 points of damage. So 31 points of damage on that turn.
Good God.
And I'm not even in
All
the
right.
frenzied rage right now.
That's true.
Otherwise, I would have 3.
So that would be your turn. It's going to be Argyle's turn next. I think I forgot him last turn, but
You
we're
did.
going to just pretend that he was here. Yeah, he's going to actually move right here. No, wait, he can do that as a bonus action. So yeah, he's gonna bonus action move over here. And then as his action, he's gonna pull out his short sword, take a stab, and fail. Oh wait, he has advantage. Still failed. He just kind of like, nah, attacks and misses. That's going to be his turn. Helena will be up next. And she's still kind of recoiling from the damage that she just took, so she is going to... where is it?
Bonus action dump lay on hands into herself.
It's actually an action to do that.
Lay on hands?
So, as an action, you can touch a creature and draw from a pool to heal a number of hit points to that creature.
Thought if she herself was.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, it's as an action. That's straight up just as an action.
Yes, sir. So,
I have to beat one of my
bonus
players
action.
over the head.
Okay, come on, Helena. You don't have healing word as a bonus action. Never mind. She's going to go down fighting. Dawnbreaker, attack.
No.
Gonna just start mantling over this with some elf-like accuracy and daintiness.
Did
you
she
know,
get
if you kill
poisoned
Helena's
from that?
character, she's gonna actually kill you, man.
Did she
She
get
actually-
poisoned from that?
She actually is poisoned from it.
So she's going to have disadvantage on her attacks, or normal attacks, since she's flanking.
Uh-huh. Oh, actually, no, she doesn't get poisoned from this. She just takes poison damage.
Okay, good.
So she's not poisoned. That's good.
It's not a constant thing. It's just a one-time deal.
Yep. So, yep. Dawnbreaker attack is going to land. So 8 plus a d8. So 11. Second attack. She calls out to Krez and says, "You better not die here. I'm not going to be picking up your corpse this time. We're adults now." And then misses that attack and goes, "Dang it!" That would bring us to the dead purple worm, but we're going to skip that. Lithius, it's your turn.
All right. So you want this worm here because he's a bastard in the way?
Yes.
Is it just difficult terrain?
Essentially,
Okay, so I can have my guys climb over it.
right. They can mantle over it.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to command them to start making their way over it. So that's 10, 20, 30. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
All right.
Here, I can even
And
make him
then-
kind of transparent.
And then yeah, he's gonna double move and just kind of slide down, or is he gonna be able to attack it there? How far?
I'd say that at that point it'd be normal. Like once you get to the top, it'd be normal. Just
Okay.
because at that point it's just like you're walking over it.
Right. So I'd be able to drop down there then with my 30, and then he's got 40, so he's gonna do the same and drop down there, and I'm just gonna pew pew it.
Okay, so yeah, your shield guardian just shambles over the top of this thing. Once getting to the other side, very clumsily sliding down, but still managed to keep his footing. Maybe it's because he's bottom heavy. And Cogsworth just very spryly hops over, gets into range.
Nice.
That is going to be just enough to hit.
Okay. So I'll do my second shot. So not going to be enough for that one. Crappy. So 8 damage with my pew pew. Then I will have first attack for the shield guardian. That's going to hit with a 30.
Oh yeah.
And second attack for shield guardian. That's going to hit with another 30. Sorry,
Damn.
the 19 plus 7. So it's a 26. Apologies.
Okay. Either way, that's still gonna hit.
Okay. Roll some damage. $11 plus 8, so that one took 19 damage, and then it's going to take another 3d8. Fire.
Ah, fire, fire.
Much better. All right. So we're looking at 8 damage from me, 17 and 11, so 28.
All right, so
36, and then my dog. That's
At the-
going to miss.
all right. So you said it was about 31 damage total you've done so far?
It was.
All right. So this is what's going to happen now. You, with that last hit, it starts to like kind of retch and heave,
It was 36 damage, sorry.
and it looks like it's going to like, it looks like it's kind of like flexing its body, almost looks like it's regurgitating, but it
And I'm gonna-
manages to stop that.
And I'm going to do another with the jolt that I can do, another 2d6. So that's just another 4 damage. So that was 40 total,
Okay.
and I am done.
Wow, I don't know how to read. That's supposed to be from a creature inside it. So we're going to pretend that the regurgitation thing didn't happen. But okay, good damage. He's still standing, being monstrous. Hab, it's your turn now.
Figure out how to cross all that distance. Alright. Each square is 5
Each
feet,
square is
right?
5 feet, but if you're trying to cross over the top of this worm corpse, it's going to be kind of difficult terrain depending on where you stand.
First up is 10 feet, and then 5 feet across, and then you can jump down.
Yeah,
So-
like a slide.
Yeah, with 30 feet, you should be able to get up and over it.
It's like a slide with sharp spines.
It's gonna be one of my attack actions is gonna be movement,
Okay.
and the other one is gonna be the actual attack.
Okay, so you
I
can
need-
just make your movement if you want.
Well,
And
I'm gonna
it
need
doesn't-
I'm gonna need to roll for that, okay? Because
Okay.
I'm doing something really stupid. Alright?
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to this point. Right? At this
Okay.
point, I roll athletics.
Okay.
Alright? Let me see. You attempt to climb, jump long distance, and pull off a stunt mid jump. Okay. Okay. All right. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a jump.
Okay.
Athletics.
You're-
Here I go.
So yeah, you've climbed the
Bloody hell.
worm and you're trying to jump at the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. And do I get advantage at this?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right. Got you. All right. So I got
You
an
rolled-
11.
Yeah, you run and jump, and you very comically slam into the back of the steel guardian,
Ouch.
to which I believe is heated right now, isn't it?
I used bonus action to make him do the extra damage, so he is heated.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
So how much was that damage?
3. It was a lot more than the first time. It was 17 fire damage, 2 7s and a 3.
Okay, so you're gonna take half of that. So you're gonna take
17.
you're gonna take
Yeah.
9 fire damage as you hit this thing.
Okay. All right.
Your You're laying on your back now behind this steel guardian. Well, not like on your back. You're like on your ass with your back against the worm.
Yeah. So much for being heroic actions, right? All right, so that was it, right? That's all my actions?
I mean, that was all your movement.
Yeah. Movement. Do I still have an action?
You're not in range to attack right now. You'd still
Okay,
have to
my
move a
action is
little
to
bit.
get the fuck up and look around and make sure nobody saw that.
Helena, you look around to see if like nobody saw it, and Helena definitely is looking at you with
Yeah,
a clutching her belly with blood covered in your hand. She just goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah. She's over there painting a picture of it, you know.
All right. If that will be all,
That is it.
that's gonna be the
See,
worm.
the awesome thing, I was gonna jump over the characters and land on the purple worm and slay him. But yeah, that didn't work.
All right. So, that's gonna be fun to explain to Helena. This worm is going to continue on its little rampage and try and take out Cogsworth with a bite. Cogsworth AC is what? 15?
1 second. AC 15, yes.
Okay, so he gets hit. So he's going to take 26 piercing damage, and I need a dexterity save from him.
For
To not be swallowed. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
how much damage did you say? 20 what?
26.
Okay,
Doesn't purple worm need to roll against how do you call it? Reflux? Right.
Oh, like acid reflux?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, no
17
reflux. I don't want to say this
dexterity.
because I know we're being taped.
Oh, I don't think it will. I don't think it's going to
gonna
need any
gag.
medicine from
Yeah,
that.
it's not gonna gag. Huh?
17 dexterity save.
So it does not pass that.
Okay.
You watch as Cogsworth gets scooped up and disappears into the mouth of the worm. Meanwhile, the tail comes flipping and sailing at Argyle, and is definitely going to hit Argyle. So he's going to take 15 damage. Where is it? 15. And he has to make a Constitution save, which he failed, so he's going to take some more damage. It's going to be really bad if Tim comes back and he goes, "What happened to my character?" I go, "He died, yo."
Lots and
I
lots
killed
of
him.
poison.
All right, so he's going to take another 35 poison damage from that. Ella, calm down. All right, so that's all for the worm. Ulin, it's your turn.
Take my movement. Right here is 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to attack him.
Go for it.
It's a advantage, right?
Yeah, this thing is kind of surrounded.
Oh, let's go. 26.
26 will hit.
8 points of damage.
Alrighty.
22. Let me use Savage Attacker for that reroll. For 11 points of damage. And then a critical.
About time.
Oh, for real.
I was going to say, like, usually you get at least a critical each battle.
Fuck, so that's 9 plus 4. 12. That's horrible.
Oof. That's horrible crit damage, but it is crit damage number nonetheless.
Savage attacker.
I already used it.
Savage attacker anyway.
I'm gonna use my special ability called "Fuck the DM's Rules."
I'm casting 9th level. Fuck you, DM.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So there's your attacks. Is there anything else you were gonna do this turn?
Nope.
All right. So Krez, it is your turn.
Oh, and it's still getting swung on. That's gonna be double natural 20s on the advantage.
There you go.
It's a shame because I can't carry that over to my next attack. Alright, so it's immediately 12 damage. And roll for an additional 12. So 24 damage on that first attack.
Nice. Okay, it's still up. Starting to look a little hurt now.
That's 26 to hit on the next one
Uh-huh.
for another 14 points of damage.
All right. As you lay into this thing doing some damage, it's still pretty monstrous in its attitude, but still up.
That's
Anything else from your turn?
no, that's all I can do this round.
Okay. So Argyle is gonna take a stab with advantage. Don't know how, but I closed his sheet. He's gonna score a hit.
It's about
So since
time.
Oh yeah.
So since he did that with advantage, he gets to use his sneak attack. So that's 14 plus a d6 plus 5.
More than a d6.
14 plus.
How many rogue levels does he have?
Oh no, his sneak attack was 14 out of 5d6. His short sword damage was 8.
It has like 14 damage on a short sword. I'll take it. And then 1d6. I'm like, wow, you're just skipping on damage trying to make us die here. I see how it is.
Oh no. No. It's nothing like that. So gets a good attack at this worm fucker. And he, as a bonus action, I don't think he can actually do that. Oh yeah, he can. He is gonna, as a bonus action, throw one of his psychic blades at disadvantage at the beast. And is gonna miss. The psychic blade goes flying off into the distance. Alright, next up is Helena. And she's going to make another attack. Gonna score a hit. So she's gonna do 6 plus a divine smite, another 3rd level.
Tear it up.
So she's gonna do 6 more d8 of damage.
Nice.
That's not a d8, that's a d6. Okay, so a total of 24 for that first hit. And the second attack is gonna miss. And she goes to make the second attack, and this thing kind of like bats her sword out of the way. Lithius, you're up next.
Right.
Oh wait, hold on a second. I forgot
You
about
sure?
the Order of the Gauntlet members.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't been doing them either.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How about the
Popcorn.
idiot? Yeah, how about the idiots with the crossbows? Have they been firing at all?
Nope. Because I believe Ulin has control of them. But I don't remember. I think it's added to your extras. If not, that's my fault. I should have added them. But we'll take care of that later. Either way, yeah, the Order of the Gauntlet members are going to attack. They're going to start to converge over to this one because obviously one of their fellows got swallowed up. At least 3 of them are going to be able to make an attack. All right, so all 3 of them hit. Dude.
It's a staff
16
of healing.
damage total. Second attacks from them. They're all going to hit again. Alrighty. So those guys do their good damage, and this thing is looking really hurt. Lithius, you're up next.
Launch myself off, staying up high. And I'll just latch onto a different spot closer here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pew pew. And my doggo is still inside. He's still alive. Does he take damage on the thing's turn
Yes.
or on his turn? Okay. So he's at half. He's got over 30 life left in there still. So I'm going to pew pew.
To say that? You pew?
That's right. First one is not the best. 19? Still hit?
A 19 is going to hit.
Okay. For 12 damage.
Lithius?
Yeah.
How do you finish this thing?
I have my dog attack it from the inside. Like that dart went through, and then I have my dog attack it and jolt it, and it pukes my dog out, and then it just dies.
Yeah, so along with, like, you saw the first one kind of regurgitate. It was mostly like bile when it comes out. This one, it was more like blood. And out in the blood bile throw up, out pops puppers.
And he just shakes off all the sludge and gross acid stuff, and then just kind of looks at everybody with his metal tongue out, and he'll start healing himself.
That's what I was thinking you were gonna do. You were just gonna call your dog, right, and have him just rip it from the inside, trying to get to you.
Yeah. And I'll have my shield guardian open the mouth up and help him get out.
All right.
Do I feel any more? I didn't finish my attack, so can I do an investigation to see if I feel any more tremors?
Absolutely can.
All right. There you go. 28.
You feel nothing.
Okay, so I'll land. I don't feel any more tremors. I think that's it. And I suggest to Argyle, and I'll assist, to milk this badass for some sweet, sweet poison for his daggers.
Oh yeah, he pulls out a
The
dagger and
darts,
says, "I'll
too.
get to milking."
Don't forget the darts too.
If we're gonna spend some time here and cut these things up and harvest them and stuff for fancy parts, I'll tell him I can assist him with that, and I can even make a perfect setup for getting rid of it, but it'll take 1 hour time.
All right, so
DM, the creature's
Uh,
dead.
they are both dead.
Okay. I start giving Helena some health potions. I know she's got like ton of them, right? And
We can use some magic. You can save those if you want.
yeah, and question, right? Who has a staff of healing? I thought we had a staff of healing available.
I have an artificer ability. Every day I get 10 charges of one of my spells. So I did a 2nd level cure. So I have 10 charges for free every day of cure wounds at 2nd level. So I'll start healing
yeah.
her until she's
And
full. So there's 10 for her.
and who else? I think somebody else was about to freaking
There's
die.
20 for her.
All right.
And there's 39 total for her. Anybody else?
I took a little damage, but I'm good. Not enough for me worried.
It's free and we're about to rest, I think.
We've been traveling long
So
enough for it
I'll
to be a
just
long
I'll
I
rest.
just
don't think resting in this
yeah.
tunnel is a good idea. Right?
I'll just use them all up and on everybody and get everybody as
And
full
I'll
as we
take
can.
one.
Okay, so you can pick one of those.
What is that like?
There's a 15 and a 17. I'll take the
I
15.
just walk around bopping everybody on the head, healing. You get a heal. You get a heal.
How many dice is that, Cheryl?
You don't need to
Or
roll.
you
You
roll?
It's already rolled.
take the 17.
Oh, okay.
So
17.
you-
Okay.
The
Got it.
Yeah, you
first
got
3
healed
were for
17.
Helena. There's a 13,
alright.
17, 15, and a 17.
Oh, I'll take the lowest, the 15.
I'm gonna start trying to cut some meat flanks out of this thing.
Yeah,
I
I
Okay,
bet Helena's
so-
light sword would be great at slicing through this thing. And probably
Yeah, she
cauterize the wound too.
wipes the sword clean and puts it in her pack. Says, "You go ahead and cut this stupid thing up. I'm going to not."
Butcher.
Can you give me back Cogsworth?
Oh yeah, he is. I
Thank
forgot I
you.
took his token. Boom. From the viscera.
Sweet. Yeah, he'll start repairing himself.
Is there anything left of the guy who thought he was gonna die but actually did?
Do you try to find him?
Yeah, can
Yes,
we find?
I try to cut open the worms and see if we can salvage any of the people that we lost.
Okay, so Krez, did you ever roll me a survival check to harvest said meat?
I was waiting for you to tell me to do it.
Yeah, will you please?
11.
Okay, so you get a little bit of meat, but you accidentally, you didn't realize that this thing's stomach was so big, and you kind of, puncture it and spill gastric juices. And as you do that, the body of the guy that was talking shit to you last night just comes shooting out of it. Like almost into your arms. His face is almost unrecognizable, but the only reason you know it's him is because his hand is severely burned.
Nice.
I do have Revivify. Should I try and raise one of them?
Nah,
I don't know if it would work.
not worth it.
I've-
300 gold piece. 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds to revivify.
Mm-hmm.
You keep doing that, right? Freaking Speedy's gonna smack the shit out of you.
And yeah, as for the other worm, you get him cut open enough to get the other guy out, but he is unfortunately passed. The other veterans kind of take the time to honor his memory, and they kind of make like a makeshift grave with a shield depicting their order.
I think Helena has that cantrip that can make them turn to just decomposes them. I think that's the name of it, decompose.
She may have it, but I don't know if she actually has it
Right.
stocked. Actually, I don't think she has cantrips. No, she doesn't. She's a paladin.
Right. Oh, I think
I
I'm
thought she
thinking of her
did.
character on Etheris. Never
Yep,
mind.
you're thinking of that
Never
one.
mind.
So what do you guys do now?
After we've spent the time gathering this up, I would say if it's not time to take a long rest, continue forward.
Yeah, it is definitely not time to take a long rest. It's only been like 3 hours of your day.
Keep going.
I will also say that a frightened Peebles comes out of nowhere. Like almost from the ceiling, it felt, because he does come dropping down. He's like, "Ooh, that was pretty scary, wasn't it?"
You really are good at hiding. Is he all painted up?
He actually, like, as he comes walking down, it's almost like his skin kind of formed an acne-looking kind of like stone that helped him blend into the wall.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, you think so? I thought it was a natural camouflage. Kind of suits me when I need it to. That's how I was able to hide from most of the Dorger.
All right, we gonna move on then? There's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be
going
some
to have a
more-
little. I'd like to have a little talk with the guys who have the crossbows.
Okay, yeah, so the
I have a
Emerald...
I have a quick couple of words with them. All right, as I pinned them up against a freaking wall. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, you guys didn't freaking let loose no freaking bolts. You didn't
Yeah.
do jack shit.
Yeah, we kind of felt like you guys had the situation handled.
No,
I mean,
you
the majority of you took out... It only took you like 18 seconds to take out this thing. I think you guys did pretty good.
You want us to do all the heavy lifting.
Don't try to detract from the fact that you did a belly flop of horrendous.
Yeah, what
Shut
was
up.
that?
I mean, it was pretty epic. You do remember, Hob, that I gave you boots of flight. Remember?
No, boots of flying. Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
That makes it all the funnier.
Yeah, I know.
You almost made me fall from where I was perched up there because I was laughing so hard.
Yes, I remembered afterwards. Damn it.
All right. Well, if you're not going to use it, I could definitely make something else.
Yeah. You know, and that's not the first time I forgot it either, too. Remember? Right? That last session, I looked over everything. I'm like, Jesus Christ, why did I have to run all that? I could have used the freaking boots of flying. Shit. Right?
Yeah, the guys that you were questioning, they point out to the other, like the Order of the Gauntlet guys that are still pretty sad. They go, "Hey guys, this guy had boots of flying, and he chose to belly flop." And then everybody just kind of starts laughing.
Yeah. I'm gonna throttle his ass.
He runs away.
Like, these guys are just I mean, seriously, I turn around to my players, right? My buddies, right? I was like, these guys are just like watching us die here while we're doing all the heavy lifting, right? Right. So, I'm gonna start taking control of some of these turds and using them, right? So just everybody's feeling well. Can we go along the way and get out of this freaking colonoscopy of a freaking tunnel?
I think that's a good idea.
I agree, says most of the soldiers. And yeah, as you guys all gather yourselves together to travel again, the Zentarum agent does approach you again, Hab, and says, Don't forget the talk we had the other night. A place like this would be a good ambush point for demons if they were to arise from the Underdark. Not trying to influence your decisions, just giving you reminders. And she just kind of wistfully walks away. So you guys continue through the Underdark for the rest of this day.
I'm thinking to myself, and I turn around to Elena and the rest of the characters. I don't know. I think this chick wants me to wall in the city and have the drow pay for the wall.
Forward motion, ho. I'm gone.
Yeah, Krez is literally just like, I don't care, let's go!
More things
Which
to
way is?
slaughter.
Yeah, which way are we going?
Technically, it's to the right,
Okay.
but this is just a battle map. It was meant to just be for the battle, so...
I take a two.
Draw
I take a
pictures,
two
I guess.
of the purple worm. I take one of the teeth.
You're gonna... Okay, that's easy enough. You just rip out one of the teeth.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah. Just one tooth.
Yeah, you rip it out
Small one.
haphazardly, and it's now in your hand. You have a tooth.
Yeah. Throw it in my bag.
All right. You guys proceed on for the rest of that day. Couple days goes by. This would be about day 4 of your travels. Fast forwarding, so you guys all will get a long rest for right
Yeah.
now.
Just FYI, if people are, if they want to save their rations or if we want a change up, I can actually make food and water for us too, if I have extra slots. So just FYI, make a feast for us.
Awesome. I'll take a dozen tortillas.
Just tortillas. That's it.
Excuse me, a couple of burritos.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
all the
So,
stuff that I'm not allowed to, all the stuff that I'm not allowed to eat anymore.
A long rest too.
so I could.
Doctor told me.
T-shirt.
Doctor told me
Stuff on my map as we go.
The doctor told me he's like I can't eat anything spicy or fried. And I told him like, you know, I'm Puerto Rican, and I live in the South, right? You guys like fry freaking ice cream.
Never had it.
Right.
You guys literally deep fry ice cream here, man.
Oh, I've had deep fried ice cream. It's really good.
Oh God.
So yeah, second day, or no, wait, hold on a second. This is day 4. Day 4. Yeah, that's what I said. One of these Order of the Gauntlet men stop all of you and say, "We got an issue." And he points to one of his companions, who seems to just be lying on the ground,
What?
stiff as a board.
Let's go check them out.
Go check them out. Yeah. I bring out my medical kit and I check him out.
Yeah, you approach him, and he is like in the he's kind of like in the pose of what would be like a mid step, but he is just frozen in place.
It's like, wait a minute, is he like laying on the floor, or is he like literally still standing up and frozen?
Oh no, he's on the ground. He's on the. Imagine like
Oh.
somebody that was just taking a step, just kind of stopped and fell over.
Oh,
Like
Okay.
during that step, like held their position, just fell over.
Check his pulse. Check him to see if
Yeah.
he's turning to stone.
His pulse is fine. I mean, it's a little bit high because he is kind of scared. You look in his eyes, and they look normal. His eyes are moving. He just doesn't seem to be able to move his body for some reason.
Lesser restore him. That'll
Let
take
me
away
ask
the
a question.
paralyzation.
Is the body like limber? Like we can move the body parts of his
Or is it
body, or is it
stiff?
just stiff?
You move his body, but it seems to be kind of like he seems to be posable now. But he has no control of moving his own body.
Okay.
Does anybody have
Alright.
medicine?
Well,
Check
I
him.
have.
See if he's having a seizure or something.
I
See, I
have a
tried
medicine
that, but I
kit.
don't understand. I've never seen this kind of illness.
All right, I'm gonna roll. I doubt I can do anything, but I'm gonna roll anyway. Medicine thingy. All right. Yeah. Horrible
I'll do
roll.
a
Total 10. All right.
just to get it out of the way and it doesn't cost me anything. I'll do spare the dying on him.
Okay. Nothing happens. He stays the same.
And then I will try lesser restoration. First
Okay.
level
So
for
you
rid of paralyzation.
you cast Lesser Restoration, and his arms immediately kind of drop from their place, and he stands back up. Says, "My goodness, that was scary. I couldn't move."
Did you get bit by something? A spider, maybe?
I don't think so. I just remember hearing this woman's voice in my head,
Uh-oh.
and then all of a sudden I couldn't move.
What woman? Have you heard it before?
Not really, just kind of. Well, it's funny as you say that. Kind of when we got here. After those purple worm attacks, the next day I started hearing this voice. It was kind of quiet before, but now it's a little bit louder.
And it made you paralyzed?
Well, I wouldn't say that it made me paralyzed. I was listening to it. I thought it was leading me for a minute. And then next thing I know, I just couldn't move. I don't understand it.
Oh, you're better now. Let's go.
All right. The whole retarded gang is in here. All right.
All right, so you guys continue on.
If anybody starts hearing any voices in their heads, call out. Let us know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because last
All
thing
right.
we need is
What does Helena have to say about that?
praised.
Helena says, I think slowly but surely the madness is getting to them. I think we're a little bit more resilient than them, but
Really.
they are not.
We also
They
might
are-
be getting closer to where we're headed, where these creatures are, these demons. Might be getting stronger.
That is very true. And I honestly I'm not saying I'm scared, but I fear for them. Like, we've already lost 2 of them. I don't think they're going to last. I think what would be a good idea for them, maybe, is for them to maybe set up some kind of outpost. And we can rally our troops, grow our numbers, gain support from other factions in the Underdark. See if we can't get a good army together to try and fight this fight.
So should we start looking for a good location for a fort?
Might be a good idea.
The Zentarium has already been scoping out real estate. All right. Might as well just ask her.
All right, well, I'm going to break out my map and just start pouring over it if we're going to take when the next rest we do and just start looking at areas that we've seen.
I get the
Yeah, that-
Zentarian delegate to join him, right? To tell her plans. Right. As far as this, so we're not going any further in, or we're just gonna leave them behind to set
How
up
long have we
camp.
been traveling?
So far,
We've
you
done-
guys are 4 days away from Mental Dareth. You have at least 10 more days of travel, at least 1 10-day.
Is that what the ring is telling us, or is that what we were told?
That is what the ring is telling you.
Okay. And that's all it tells us is distance and direction.
Distance and direction. It tells you the shortest possible route to Graven Hollow through the tunnels.
Okay.
Talk to the players, man. Like, yeah, we might have to leave them behind to protect the area and keep anybody further from going in here and getting infected. Right, but maybe we might need to just go ahead of them.
So I have almost finished 2 healing potions by this time then,
Yep.
if I'm doing 2 hours a night.
That is true.
Cool.
Or potion.
Oh, yeah.
She just crash here at this point, set up an encampment, and you can finish off all your potions while we
It'll
rest
take a
up.
while. 6 hours
yeah.
per potion. Approximately.
And sending somebody back to the freaking Gurtharin. Somebody help me out with the
Yeah.
spelling.
Gontalgrim.
Gunthergrim, thank you. Sending somebody back to Gunthergrim and to bring forth soldiers to man the encampment is not viable because we'll probably lose them. They'll probably get killed on the way over there. So keeping them in one spot might be good.
Depends on whether or not leaving them in any place that's not already got people in it. They'll likely just die from hanging out.
We'll probably come back to an encampment of everybody just, basically went wild and killed each other.
That is definitely something I didn't think of, Helena chimes up and says.
The problem is, right, if we bring them with us, and then they freaking go crazy and try to kill each other, right, we might be in the way of that, right? So now we're attacking and dealing with some other foe that might be causing this problem. On top of that, dealing with the people who we brought that are going insane. Just a thought.
Definitely something we should have thought about because we knew the effects of the Underdark and the insanities, and we had to get treated with greater restores in order to get better. And we didn't bring anything like that down here with us.
I mean, Helena chimes in and says, I'm pretty sure I know how to do the Greater Restoration, but I'd have to take some time to make sure I could do it.
I don't think so.
And doesn't it cost money?
I don't know.
I got money.
He has 5th level spells already?
I honestly don't know. I was saying maybe.
And Diamond
I was
does.
wondering if you're
profile
looking
her.
are you looking at her paper, her character sheet?
She should have levels. Well, depending on how many levels she has in Cleric.
She doesn't have any in Cleric.
Well, Paladin.
They're all Paladin.
That's right. Now, Paladins have to be super high level in order to do
5th level.
higher
Oh,
level
yeah.
spells.
So yeah, she doesn't have that. She goes, never mind.
I think they're half casters.
Just had a freaking cleric that was dealing with healing. That doesn't die so easily. Alright, wait a minute. Have we ever asked actually if they have a cleric amongst them? All these people that we brought alongside with us.
Nope.
No, never asked that. Just ask it now.
The Shield Guardian has a Revivify spell stored in it.
No way.
So, kind of, yeah.
Ooh.
That's right.
Yep, because I had enough diamonds for 2, and so I told you I'd stored 1 inside of him.
That's right. I remember this now.
Ooh.
So,
So he has a restart button.
No, he can use that on somebody.
it's like he can push the restart button on someone else.
Yeah. It's like clear. Gadoosh.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Just have it canonically be like a defibrillator.
That would be cool.
All right, so travel through this day. Okay, did that.
Oh, okay, I asked the characters this. Right, in character, right? So when did we start actually exhibiting symptoms of insanity, paralyzation, and all this weirdness? At
Once
what
You're
point?
asking.
Yeah, at what point in the travel did we started suffering from this?
Seems like it was mostly when we were dealing directly with the mushroom people area. That's when it seemed to be getting worse.
Yeah, for our travels from Gontum Grim to this present area, right? How far has it spread?
There's no way of knowing that.
Well, the thing is, in Gunton Grim, right, that gem was a problem, right? And everybody just freaked out and started killing each other for that
You mean
gem.
Mantle
Right?
Dareth.
Yeah. So obviously, the whatever's going on has gotten that far back.
I was able to destroy that pretty easily. And I'm
But
sure
was
that
it? But was it the gem?
the gem was definitely doing bad stuff. It tried to do something to me right before I dispelled it.
Okay. All right.
As well as didn't Argyle was the one that brought it over to us, and he was all sweating and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was exhibiting some very strange behavior when he handed it to you.
And I
Yeah,
had
see,
to do
I'm-
some sort of will check or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk to the characters about, see how far this influence of this evil is affecting everybody and how far it goes, right? So we might just have to send these guys back home.
And Helena does chime in and says, "Hey, Krez, do you remember getting affected by anything like this in that one fish town?"
Yes. Yes, I do.
See, so this has been a widespread problem for a very long time now. At least a year. So,
My question is
Sending
how are they able to influence that distance? Is it the water? Is it the air? Is it items that are implanted?
The demons were
Amongst them.
woken up. They were led into this world, and they're getting stronger. They're making footholds of their own, and they're moving out. They're going to be moving upwards. It's a natural event of such a thing happening.
an unnatural demonic event, if you ask me. But we're running out of time. We need to figure out if we are going to send them home or if we're going to have them build a little playhouse for them to wait in. Because let's be honest here, their numbers are the only thing that are keeping them alive right now. We saw how they fared against those worms. 2 of them got scooped up like they were nothing. But the majority of them, with our help, yes, they managed to take them down pretty fast. I have faith in them. I think that if they could take the time and set up the little hidey huts and whatever to try and save themselves, rally troops here, that could help. While we go back into the Underdark maybe find more people that would be willing to help us. I mean, I know
How are they going to rally troops to them?
maybe they could set up an outpost here, get in contact with their factions, and maybe send more troops this way. Have them be an eyewitness account of how bad things are getting down here, and how much worse things could get if it gets any worse.
Do you still have? I'm trying to remember when I'm talking to the right character. Darian's Fortress.
Nope.
Oh, okay, it might be a different game. My bad.
No problem. So what do you think? We should leave them here? Or kind of looks at Krez and says, Krez, what do you think?
I came here to kill. I don't know why you'd ask what I think. Point me
I
in the
figured I'd get an
direction,
answer like that.
Give me a target. Either I die or it dies.
Looks at Lithius. What do you think?
Well, I was fortunate in the fact that I was given the Master's Amulet with a shield guardian that's not going to go insane and try and kill us or itself. So, I don't know. I don't want to babysit. I'm not a babysitter. Yeah.
She looks to Hab and says, this Zentarum lady, how much do you trust her?
I don't trust any Zentarium as far as I could throw a mountain across a freaking field, right? I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm just waiting for her to freaking try to slide a knife through my neck, right? Once she finds out who I am. But the problem is, right, she has some weird thing about mapping out this area and placing outposts and stuff like that, right? We can't let the Zentarium do that. We can't let them have a foothold. But at the same time, right, we can't risk these guys who... We can do two things. All right? We can let these guys risk their lives because they volunteered for this. Right? Or we can send them home. Right? Either way, once they get home, I could have one of them send word to LeBaron and the troops that I've had sent there, right, to kind of like, I don't know, do a clean sweep towards us, right, to clear the way, right? But at the same time, by the time we get there to kill the baddie, right, we don't know what's going to happen between there and now, all right? So, I mean, how much do you value these men's lives is the question. That is everybody's question.
That has never been the question. They all knew that they were possibly going to die when they came down here, just as that one dude said. They knew the stakes. So if they want to scurry off and go find a spot to hide out, that's fine. If they want to move on, knowing that the reality of the matter matches exactly what they thought it was going to be when they first started out, they are all people, can make their own decisions. Do you guys want to continue with us? Do you want to stop, or do you want to go back? Those are your three options, really.
Yeah, I got a skill, right, that does rallying, right, but I don't know if that actually works, right? You know, it gives them temporary hit points. Okay, that doesn't work. So I'm gonna have a talk with the troops.
Okay.
I'm gonna give them. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give them a choice. All right. I don't know if that's persuasion.
What do they want to do? Ask them what they want to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right. Is that doing an oratory speech? Would that be persuasion or insight? Or
we could say that they've been listening to your guys' discussion for now.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I hope not.
And not like in an attempt to retort or anything, just kind of listening. And when they finally get gestured to, like, what did they want to do? They say, they all like unanimously stand very solemnly and say, going home's not an option. We knew what we signed on for. We all knew that this was going to be a one-way trip. Or for most of us. But the idea of an outpost does not sound like a bad idea. It would take time, an ideal placement, but I think it could be a good thing.
So I look at the group, right? And it's like, and I pull the group away from the.
We're not going to be coming back to check on you very often.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
If you
The
think that
army.
you can start yourself a little spot, that's fine. Go for it. Do it.
A choke point, have them set up at a choke point. I mean, honestly, I don't think this tunnel is a good placement. I mean, you can have like these purple worms come through the walls on each side. This area is a little bit too exposed for you.
They'll need to
Right.
find a cavern, a nice big
Yeah.
cavern.
Yeah.
That's what we were
So
thinking.
we
Did
can
we
forge
find any
ahead.
gems inside those, or any
Oh, yeah.
fancy
Yeah.
stones or gold or
Oh
anything
shit!
like
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally forgot about that.
that? We shred them?
I get some experience points, some gems. I get that 5,000 experience, 5,000 gold piece gem that can resurrect the dead.
I'll say inside the bowels of some of these purple worms, you found
1 million.
one. I'll say you found like a D4 of gems worth at least 100 gold pieces. I'm gonna roll a D4 for that. That's 2.
I need to use the
So 2 gems worth 100 gold each, and at least a pound of raw iron.
Cool.
The rest of it was too corroded to do anything with.
A pound of raw iron.
Like scattered amongst the like the
I
bile
could
and
use
stuff.
that. I could use that as scrap metal for making stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cool.
All right. And I think for today, I think I'll just cut it right here.
Okay.
Not till you tell me the amount of experience points I got, sir. I'm trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
hit
that's
level
right.
12.
I'm trying to hit level 12, he says. So you guys are going to get some XP.
Yeah, I'm right. Not nearly enough as much as I want.
Okay, so you each are going to get...
And remember, most of the guys didn't do anything.
Oh, I know that. They ain't getting shit. You guys are each going to get 4,333 experience points.
Nice.
4,033.
Yep.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure I heard that correct because normally I'm expecting it to be like 1,130. That means I only need a little bit more, like 2,725.
I'm at 97,525.
Say that again.
97,525 is where I'm at. But I had missed.
Oh.
I should be
What?
behind you guys a little bit.
What
Yeah,
was the,
I think.
I'm at
what was the experience point?
275.
What were you
What was
trying
the
to say, Jose?
I'm sorry. What's the experience points?
4,333.
400.
I might have not added something in my drunken stupor the last time, but
That's possible.
I'm at
400. Okay,
4,300.
4,700. No, 300.
Yeah. 4,333. 4,333.
Okay, 433. Okay, got it. You're not the only one. Drunken spooter.
I can tell.
Okay. 4,333.
All right, guys. Well,
All right.
I appreciate you guys for showing up. I actually got to get going today. I got to get up early tomorrow. So
Have a good one.
Thanks for DMing.
Yep.
Bye.
I hope you guys had a
Thank
good
you.
time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.